Hey everyone, welcome to the workshop. I am Aidan Booth and I am so excited to get this new content out to you today, this new information out to you today. This is a brand new workshop. Lots and lots of good stuff coming your way, including how to leverage one-step velocity pages, okay? One-step velocity pages and what they are and how you can use them. And I can already see my screen is jumping all over the place, but this is the kind of thing that happens when we are running workshops like this. So it is a live workshop. We are here and we are going to be answering all of your questions live. And as I was saying, I am going to be sharing how you can leverage one-step velocity pages to sell hidden gem products. We've got examples of these hidden gem products coming up, including how using this online strategy has been able to generate massive sales for our head coach, $9,342 in weekly sales. You can see a pretty jaw-dropping screenshot there. And just before I go any further on the technology front, I want to make sure that everyone can see my screen okay. Go ahead and give me a 1 in the question box if you can see my screen, if you can hear me. Depending how you're beaming into this, you might or also be able to see me on camera. So hello, I've got a couple of different cameras here, okay, it looks like we are all good. So thanks for the confirmation there. I will push on now that I know the technology is all working. So as I was saying, this is a brand new workshop. Some of you may have seen that. I have run a workshop over the past few days, but this one here is completely brand new. We will recap on a few things, but we're also going to be sharing a lot of information as well. So if you've been on a workshop with me in the past few days, then that's absolutely fine, fantastic. But if this is the first time that you've been on a workshop, also great, because we are going to be going through absolutely everything. So quick checklist just before we really kick things off here. I want to make sure that you are focused in on what we're talking about, because it is a unique opportunity to learn about everything that I'm going to be going through here today. And ultimately, you know, what it all really boils down to is building a brand new online income stream. Type me in the question box if you would like to build a brand new online income stream. If that's something that you would like to do in the months ahead. I'm just interested to see that. Okay, the me's are coming in there. Awesome, and that means that you're in the right place, because that is exactly what we're going to be talking about here today. And I think what you're going to see is we've got something that is more streamlined, more reliable, and you know, more doable, more achievable, I think, than anything that I've seen in a long time. And you'll see why that is as we dive into this shortly. We are going to be covering a simple sales system with the emphasis on simple, because simple makes it easier to get going and much more predictable and reliable. So it's a system to generate income working from home, and something you could set up and start running all in your spare time, selling high demand products with simple online shops. You're going to see exactly how we do it without needing to rely on Amazon at all, without any upfront, you know, inventory investment, and with a crystal clear path for generating high-speed traffic. Traffic has been something that's been a pain in the butt for a lot of people, me included, over the years. And finally, we've got a path to generating high-speed traffic that is reliable and very high quality, and something that can be boiled down to just 4 simple steps. So I'm going to be going through all of that, and I'm going to be showcasing some brand new software, something that very few people have seen, hardly anyone's actually played with, but we're going to be playing with it today. I'm going to do some cool things where I actually time myself to see how long it takes me to use this, and you'll see how in around about 2 minutes, I can do it in under 2 minutes, I can go from choosing an item that, you know, ticks all the boxes to be able to potentially make me money online, to actually getting it live in under 2 minutes. So you'll see that it really does make things a lot simpler. All the details coming soon. In fact, let me do something else over here. I'm going to kick off a timer so we can see. In 25 minutes time, I will go and do a demo of that, and I'll be able to take questions and show you how all of that works. And I'm going to be revealing hidden gem products as well, products you would probably never expect to sell online, which have you know, got huge audiences, huge demand all backed up by data, real data that we can use to to verify that these are in fact the best-selling products on the web in their respective categories. We've got all that data. I'll show you how, and I'll show you examples as we go on here, as well as some truly astonishing proof. These are including how our head coach has used this incredible system to average $9,342 in weekly sales during 2024. So in the year of 2024, $485,790 using the system. That's from our head coach. Okay, so pretty exciting. And I'm also going to be getting to one-step velocity pages, what they are and how they are a highly effective way to scale the system by boosting sales, combining a sales strategy that's been used for hundreds of years with this system. It really works, and it is absolutely incredible. You're going to want to see exactly what these velocity pages are. Tell you what, these are at the cutting edge of how to boost conversions, and something we use a lot. At the end of the workshop, I've also got a free gift for everyone, so make sure you stick around so you can get your hands on that. And really good news, for good measure, we are doing $500 cash giveaway. So how does this work? I want you to be as engaged as humanly possible on this workshop, and by being engaged as much as you can, asking questions, but good questions, then at the end of the workshop, I'm going to be selecting someone from random who sticks around to take home $500 in cash. Okay, so again, this is an exclusive brand new workshop here today, and we will be giving away $500 in cash along with a free gift for everyone at the end of the workshop. So something for you to look forward to there, and all I ask is that you get engaged, participate, tune in. We've got different tools that we can look at here, and we can see who's engaged, who's listening, who's asking questions, and also when you ask questions, we can reply to those questions and make sure that you're getting the most value possible out of this. So lots of fun stuff is going to be happening over the next hour or so. Quick fire background for those of you who don't know me that well. I live in Argentina most of the time. I'm in New Zealand at the moment, which is where I'm from. I've got two kids, 8-year-old and a 6-year-old, and I've been building online businesses since 2005. I absolutely love it. I'm passionate about it. I've taught thousands of people over the years, which has been incredibly rewarding. And I've built businesses myself, which have gone on to do 7 figures per year. I've got a team of over 100 people located all around the world. We've got people in the UK, people in Canada, Australia, the USA, Argentina, New Zealand, and other places as well. So it's been an incredible journey. And what I'm sharing today, I would say, is probably the most exciting thing that I've seen over the past 20 years. And it's something that we're doing in a big way in our business, and I'm going to be sharing all of the secrets about it with you here today. And just before we get started, I really want to hammer this one home as well. I think it's probably obvious, but my results, I've got 20 years of experience doing this. So my results and the results of our top beta testers and coaches and staff and best students are not typical. We can't guarantee you're going to get the same results as us because we don't know about your background, your work habits, and your lifestyle, and so on and so forth. And just to state the obvious, just like anything in life, you get out what you put in. In order to see success in anything, you need to take action and be willing to put the work in. I want to make that crystal clear. I think it's absolutely obvious, but there you go. So with that said, give me a yes in the question box right now if you are ready to dive in. And I'm going to have to get moving here because in 20 minutes time, I'm going to be doing a demo, and I've got to go do an overview of the system before that. Okay, so the yeses are coming in there. Awesome. Okay, looks like we are good to go. So the core theme of today's presentation is keeping things simple. And there's a key reason why we want to do that. And that is because for many people, the most popular sort of online models, or many of the popular online models, are simply too complicated. And if a business model is too complicated, it's hard to get going. It's hard to persevere with. So what we're doing is we are ignoring pretty much everything that we've done in the past. So We're not worried about Amazon. We're not doing anything with Amazon here. You know, we've got a love-hate relationship with Amazon. They can be amazing, but they can also be a pain in the butt. We're not doing anything with affiliate marketing. We're not doing anything with you know, information products. There's no content creation. We're not doing anything with crypto, or you know, many of the other common suspects that we've seen over and over and over again, because we've seen that with these, just nature of the beast, they have got added complexities a lot of the time. We want to keep things as simple as possible. So we're using a simpler system, and it's a way to build a brand new income stream working from the comfort of your own home that you can run in your spare time. It's easier to start, it's lower stress, and it allows you, if you want to focus on other, you know, aspects of your life. So it is something that I believe could make a significant difference in your life, something that with a little bit of hard work could really scale into a fully fledged business. You know, I mean, and the beauty about online business is, you know, once you get something dialed in, you can scale it, you know, to the moon. So the focus again here though is on simplicity, because that is how you can get things up and running more quickly. And this that I'm sharing with you here today, it is different, it is unique, and I believe it's going to be revolutionary, because we don't need to do any or many of the things that have been, you know, roadblocks or headaches, caused headaches in the past. Like, we're not doing any product development. We don't need an Amazon account. We don't need licenses or reseller certificates. We're not doing any boring company setups. We're not doing, you know, inventory orders at all in advance of making a sale, and we're not using a hope-based approach. So to traffic or to selecting anything, you know, everything is data-driven that we're doing here. So many of these headaches have just been completely eliminated, and what we do, like we are going to be leveraging physical products here, but we're doing it in a very different way. So usually you start by choosing a market or a niche, and then spend a ton of time, you know, searching for a small selection of products to be able to start selling, and you build a complex website, and then you have to worry about generating traffic. And there's nothing wrong with all of this. We've done it a lot over the years, and I'm actually going to walk you through the manual steps for this in just a moment, and I will get to the velocity pages as well. So I'm recapping some stuff that you know, just to make sure that we're all on the page, and then I'm going to get into some brand new information here for you. But getting back to what I was saying, there's nothing wrong with the way that people have done things in the past. I just believe that there's a simpler way. I know that there's a simpler way where you can sort of have your cake and eat it too. So with what we're doing here, we do the opposite. We don't do any market or niche research. We use general mega shops. We can get you know, hundreds of products into them, you know, at the push of a button. I'm going to show you how I do this here shortly. We target people who are actively looking for the products, and we use ultra, you know, instantaneous traffic essentially. And we keep the products that are our winners, and we discard those that don't meet our criteria, and we move on. And the end result is that we end up with a shop full of products that are in high demand and proven to be successful. And the key point is we don't back ourselves into a corner selling products in just one market or niche. We tap into multiple niches, we boost our sales, and we use velocity pages as we push on through the system. I'm going to be talking about those velocity pages soon. So give me a 1 in the question box if this is all making sense. Again, I am just doing a quick run through of the high level right now, and I'm going to be getting into the gory details in a few moments time here, including velocity pages, including the manual way that we do it, and giving you a demo in about 15 minutes time. So yeah, okay, good stuff. Keep those questions coming as well. I can see the questions here, and our team are answering them behind the scenes, and I will be able to come back and take some live questions a little bit later as well. So what I'm going to do now is I want to explain the manual way of how to go about this and how we've done it in the past. And after I've been through the manual way, I'll show you the shortcuts, okay? And I'll try to breeze through this as quickly as I can so we can get to the demo and the exciting other bits and pieces that I've got here to share with you, and the velocity pages. But the manual way, if you were to do this manually, okay, which is not what we do, but if you were to do this manually, like a DIY approach, this is what we would do. So phase 1 is what we would do initially, which is the initial setup. So again, we don't actually do this. I want to be clear, but phase one would be researching a business name. You're looking for something that's generic, but something that could lend itself to a mega shop, because you want to be able to sell all kinds of different products in your shop. You don't want to be boxed into one specific niche. So for example, Discount Superstore, Deal Mart, theproductshop.com, these kind of things. And you would buy a domain name for that. I prefer .coms personally, but you could use a .net if you wanted to. And you would get a logo created. So maybe you would use Fiverr or 99 Designs or a designer or a tool to create a logo for your website. So there's nothing overly complicated here, just a few steps that you would go through. The second phase would be to install your shop. Lots of options out there. I think that for a number of reasons, one of the best ones to use is Shopify. But you do have, WooCommerce with WordPress. You've got BigCommerce. And many others that you may have come across, Cartsy, and others in the mix there as well. So you would choose a theme. Let's say you're using Shopify. You'd choose a theme from Shopify Marketplace. You'd install it. The free ones, in my experience, are normally a little bit lacking, and you install them only to find that you have to add in all these other bells and whistles to actually make it work. So I would recommend a premium theme from Shopify normally. And then I would customize it. So installing different apps to allow for, seamless sort of payments, frictionless payments, one-page checkouts, all the conversion boosters, reviews, shipping, tracking, all of these things. You need to get all of these up so that your shop is ready to go. Okay, so again, we do the initial setup. That's like choosing a domain name, getting a logo, and then we get the shop set up. And then we move on to finding high demand products. Again, this is if we're doing it the manual way, which, just to stress, is not the way that I do it anymore. This is how we used to do it years ago, like 3, 4, 5 years ago, and earlier. This is how we would do it. But again, we're not doing this way anymore, just so you know. The third phase would be finding high demand products. So we would, the way that we would traditionally go about this is we would try to see what other people are selling, because that's a good indicator. In the past, it's been pretty hard to find data around, the sales of products and know for certain what a best-selling product is. So we would research different ads that people are running on Facebook. And there are different tools out there that you can use to do this. But then once we've done that, we would look to see, which of these ads are getting the most views and reactions and traction. And we'd come up with a big list of different product ideas. And remember, we're building a mega shop. We want to build a mega shop here with lots of different products. So, you might want to come up with a list of like 100 different products to eventually add into your shop. And you'd want to make sure that you can find suppliers as well. So it's not enough just to say, oh, I want to sell, an iPhone case, because you actually need to have a supplier for that as well. So having a product is useless if you don't have a supplier. So you kind of have to simultaneously identify products, but also suppliers. We've done this with Banggood a lot in the past. Has anyone here ever used Banggood? Just give me a one in the question box if you've used Banggood before. It's like a big marketplace, and they've got thousands and thousands of products. And it's a little bit hit and miss, honestly, but they do have some good products in there, and it can be a good source of products. And another way of doing it, if you don't want to use Banggood, is go to Google and type USA wholesaler plus birdcage if you want to sell bird cages. And then you need to work out the numbers. So what's the cost of the product? What's the margin? What's your potential profit? And you work all these things out. Traditionally, the way that I have done it in the past, again, we don't do this now, is build out a mega spreadsheet. And I've just got different columns on it. And that allows me to do the analysis. So that would be phase 3 if you're doing it the manual way. Phase 4 would be to create product listings. So this is where you would get a description for each product. Again, you might be wanting to add dozens and dozens of products to your mega shop. So it's going to take some time to create the descriptions. AI technology can help though. So ChatGPT is something that you could use to help you with your descriptions. And you need to make sure that they are SEO friendly, search engine optimization friendly, and just make sure they're all formatted and looking good. You got to get the images up there as well, and so on and so forth, and just make sure everything is sort of formatted in the right way. So the fourth phase would be to create your product listings, and then you would turn on the traffic. So where do you start with traffic? Well, you've got a smorgasbord of options here. You've got a number of options. Common suspects, Facebook, but the problem with Facebook is it can be like interruption driven. So you're looking at photos that your friends are publishing, and then there's an ad. It's not the best way to do it in my opinion, but it's something we've done in the past, something that can work. Google AdWords, good quality traffic, but it can be very expensive to have those little ads on the side of Google. Search engine optimization can be a gold mine if you can get to the top of the search engines, which has been difficult and is getting even more difficult, honestly, with AI. You may have seen at the top of Google nowadays, they've got the Google like AI replies from Gemini. So it's getting even more difficult. And Google, by the way, and other search engines are favoring the massive brands, big brands, which doesn't help people like you and I who just want to get started. So search engine optimization traffic can be great if you can get it. So they all work. There is actually a better way that I'll share with you soon. And then you optimize to get more sales. So optimize listings, boost up the traffic, add in maybe additional apps to do more advanced bits and pieces and keep scaling up. So that's, again, an overview of the manual steps. I'll zip through them again. Again, this is the manual steps if I was doing it without any of the different shortcuts and accelerators that I do now have at my disposal, which I'm going to share in a moment. We would do the initial setup, would get a domain name, would install the shop on the likes of Shopify, for example, would find high demand products, dozens of them, and analyze them all to make sure all the numbers work. We would then create the product listings. Once we've got product listings, we'd turn on the traffic, we would optimize it, and we would then keep scaling up. So as you can probably see, it is quite exhaustive doing it the manual way, and it is something that opens up a lot of potential to make mistakes. There are a lot of moving parts. It's kind of like trying to piece together a circuitry board with a million different things that can go wrong because there are a lot of moving parts. So building a top performing shop could be challenging. I mean, which one do you use? Which template do you use? Which theme do you use? Which platform? Should you use WooCommerce? Should you use Shopify? Should you use something else? Finding high demand products can be very time consuming. Remember I said, dozens and dozens of products, build out a spreadsheet with the margin, the cost, the sell price, and so on and so forth. That can be time consuming. And for the most part, it's still a game of hope. If you don't know exact sales volume, and if you don't know for certain that these are best-selling products. So that can be tough. Getting visitors can be tough or very costly as well if you're sort of taking a shotgun approach just to sort of see what works. And converting visitors into buyers is something that can require a lot of expertise. So it has been challenging traditionally to do this, but that's how we've done it because that's the only way that we could do it in the past. But thankfully now we've been able to develop some pretty amazing accelerators, and there are 5 of them that I want to share with you. And one of them I'm going to do a demo of in about 5 minutes time if I get to it in time. So the 5 accelerators are what remove these roadblocks, and everything that I've just been through, we can boil it down and blast through it in just a couple of moments. Give me a me in the question box just if this is all making sense, and if you're ready to see the accelerators now, because there are 5 of them that I want to work through, but I want to make sure this is all making sense as well. Yep, okay, the me's are coming in, and keep the questions coming as well, guys. We are seeing all the questions, comments, we love them. And we'll make sure that you're getting answers to absolutely everything. Okay, so let's dive into the accelerators. Accelerator number 1 is what we call the ShopX Launchpad. Now, ShopX is a turbocharged launchpad that integrates with Shopify. Okay, we've chosen Shopify because we found it to be the most cost-effective, robust, and reliable platform for this specific system. Now, if we were doing something else, maybe we would use something else, but for this specific system, Shopify is the best. When I say cost effective, to give you an example, you can get started with Shopify for $1 per month, and you can set up a store. That would be the price for the first 3 months, and then it's like $29 a month after that. But super cost effective to get going, and there are a lot of other bits and pieces, benefits that come as a result of that. Now, ShopX, what is ShopX? ShopX is something that we layer on top of Shopify. It's like a premium, you could say it's like a premium theme, but with even more bells and whistles and integrations. So it allows you to integrate and sort of link up the behind the scenes infrastructure for processing payments and all that stuff that Shopify has, but make sure that you've got your shop set up in the perfect way, straight out of the box. So the design, the layout, all of those things are set up perfectly straight out of the box because we're using the ShopX launchpad. So it streamlines absolutely everything, and means that you're going to eliminate falling into potential pitfalls because they're just not there. Because straight out of the box, when it's installed in a way that again streamlines everything and allows you to get up and running really, really quickly. So including, for example, resources for domain names where you can sort of point, click, and just choose them. So instead of going through that process of finding one manually, you can just do it as part of this sort of system. Imagery and logos all done. Shop layout designed and crafted really for conversions there. Absolutely frictionless checkout processes. A lot of people drop off the process if you don't have the right kind of checkout, or if you don't have the right kind of page. So sometimes people wonder why they're getting poor conversion rates, and it's because they haven't got their shop set up in the right way. Well, that's exactly what ShopX Launchpad is designed to do, to make sure it's set up in the right way. So that in itself is a massive accelerator compared to how we used to do it. The second accelerator is Product Vulcan, and in about 2 minutes, maybe a couple more minutes, I'm going to give you a demo of this and show you how it can dramatically accelerate everything that we're doing here. So Product Vulcan is a revolutionary piece of technology that we've developed that allows us to see the best-selling products in all the major categories on the web, period. And not only do we know that they're best-selling categories because we've got data that shows it, but we've also got data for the sales volume. So how many products has this, how many sales has this particular product made in the last month? So it is an absolute breakthrough but the best is we haven't even got to the best yet. In addition to all of this data, it links us up with suppliers. So we can see that, we've got this this flask or something, and I can see that the sales, last month over 10,000 of these were sold. And I can see a number of different supplier options at my fingertips. And these suppliers, a lot of the time, can be in the United States. So you don't have to deal with overseas suppliers or China or anything like that if you don't want to, because you've got options at your fingertips, at the click of a button, at the snap of your fingers that you can have as your suppliers, and you can have them integrated and working with your shop in just a few seconds. And this, by the way, streamlines the time it would take to find a product from hours using the manual approach they showed you before to minutes. It's also, you can also see that you've got profit numbers built right in there. It is absolutely incredible, and AI technology to build out your product listing for you. So remember how I said when we were going through the manual steps that you'd have to create your listing, you'd have to put 300 to 500 words of text on the page and do all this and that. This all just happens. It just happens with the technology that is built into Vulcan. So it's an absolute game changer, and you could use it to add hundreds of products to a shop, at a blazing fast speed kind of a thing. It is absolutely incredible. I'll show you a demo of this. I'm not going to get to it in 25 seconds, but I will get to it very, very shortly in the next couple of minutes. So stay tuned for that. The third accelerator is the high-speed traffic. Now, I mentioned that there are a smorgasbord of traffic options at your disposal, but many of them have got issues. The best ones are the shopping platforms, so Google and Microsoft. Not only do they give you the highest, I'm just going to stop that there. Not only do they give you the highest quality of traffic, this is not interruption-driven traffic, this is traffic that is actually searching for the products that you're selling. So of course it converts higher, but it's also the most cost effective, in my opinion, when you look at, you know, how it can lead on to sales, and more on this in just a moment. But to give you an idea, you can just dip your toes in the water and spend a few dollars per day to understand how it works. So price of a cup of coffee per day, you can turn it on and see how it works. Really, really simple to use, and it can get you positioned even above the #1 organic result, which is incredible. So using them is really simple. You set up an account and you put in your product URL, which is from your shop, and then Google and the shopping platforms, they know what your product is about. You don't have to type anything. You don't have to write any ad copy. You don't have to add any images. Google just can suck all this information in, and then you can essentially just press go, turn it on, and away you go. And you can get visitors coming in. Now, there are free options. There are social media traffic options, but talking about building an online income stream and the fastest, most streamlined, seamless way to do it, this is, in my approach, the best way to get started. And you can look at the other traffic options later. Accelerator number 4 are the conversion boosters. Now, these are a lot of things that are built straight into the ShopX launchpad to help you maximize your conversions. So what we've done here is, I mentioned I got started online in 2005, and for about 15 years, I've been involved with selling physical products online. And over that time, I've come up with a massive list of little things that on their own might not really move the needle, but when you layer them on top of each other, when you stack them on top of each other, they can become highly effective. Okay, so we've got all of those based on the experience, and here are a couple of examples. Things like giving limited time discounts, shipping, all kinds of different conversion features that we build in that really help with this. Now, accelerator number 5 that we've never spoken about before, that no one knows about, is what we call the Velocity Hub. Now, the Velocity Hub is an advanced tool that creates one-step velocity pages. What the heck is a velocity page? A velocity page is a single product landing page. You can see an example of one on this slide. This is kind of what they look like. There are different ways that you can design them, but this is an effective approach where you really double down on one product, which might be one of your best-selling products. So once we identify which products on our shop make the most sales, we can create these velocity pages, which, by the way, we can do at the push of a button using technology that we've got here. These are essentially, you can think of them as being longer form sales pages that focus on just one product. So because we've got that laser focus, we're able to have the best of both worlds, where we've got this mega shop, but in the mega shop, we've also got these very, very focused velocity pages that give you the ability to have higher conversion rates. And the Velocity Hub helps you build them at the click of a button. You can literally push a few buttons, suck the information in, and the page can be created very rapidly with tons of different features, drag and drop editing, full mobile optimization, and much, much more. And again, what we're trying to do here is work to scale. So velocity pages leverage incredible technology to be like a next step in your journey. So there's a lot of AI that goes on behind the scenes here. It's a little bit hard to see in this image. I may be able to do a live demo of the building a velocity page a little bit later if we have time, but this is essentially how they work. And it is an absolute essential part of our scaling strategy. So we go from a mega shop with lots of different products to still having the mega shop, but unleashing these velocity pages for boosting conversions. So all of this to say that the accelerators cut the manual way of doing this down to just 4 steps. So remember when we were going through the manual way, there were 7 different phases that we had to go through, and it was exhaustive and time consuming. Well, now we can nail it in 4 steps. So we can launch a simple shop using the ShopX Launchpad. We can identify high demand products using Vulcan. We can, and that's the technology I'm going to be sharing with you in a couple of minutes time here. I'm a little bit behind schedule. We can get targeted visitors using the traffic secrets that I've discussed, which are shopping platforms to start with, and then we can convert the visitors into buyers using conversion boosters, which are all baked in to what we're doing with the ShopX Launchpad and selling on Shopify and so on and so forth. And then we can continue to expand and sell more products. And the velocity pages are a real key part of that. So We can scale the most successful products using one-step velocity pages. One-step velocity pages are single product landing pages that boosts conversion. So here you can sort of see that we've gone from a mega shop, that's that whole section in the middle of the slide that I'm sharing here. We've identified this one thing, which is a digital microscope. Let's say that that's our best seller, or something that's, you know, a home run product, sometimes we call them. And we say this one is crushing it. Let's put that on a velocity page all on its own. Once we've set up the velocity page, what do you think happens? It gives us a chance to massively boost the conversions, because instead of being sort of a stock standard e-commerce style product page, it's now like a landing page. And that can be a game changer. Is this making sense so far, guys? I just want to make sure, give me some feedback. Give me a 1 in the question box here if you can understand what the velocity pages are and how they sort of link in. I want to make sure that I don't lose anyone. It is really simple. We start off by building a really simple shop. We add the products in, we drive the traffic from the secret traffic sources, we convert visitors, we then see which products are our highest converting products, and boom, we create a velocity page. It's almost like creating something out of thin air, honestly, because we're able to take our best-selling product, really transform how we sell it, and we can get higher conversions. Okay, so seems to make sense. Thanks for the feedback there. So don't be fooled by the simplicity of what we're doing. It really does work. We've got a lot of flexibility here. We've got a lot of different tools at our disposal to make sure that it's streamlined and, you know, make sure that we can crush it, essentially. And the system has been used to generate incredible sales. You know, $4,000 in a single day. That's the best day from a beta tester. $53,000 in a month. $582,000 over the period of 12 months. It's absolutely incredible. And check this out, 2024, an average of $9,342 in weekly sales during 2024. It is phenomenal. And like I said earlier, this is something that could be used to scale to the moon, you know, and to do it at a blazing fast speed as well, to hit the ground running here. Here are some recent sales just from the past few days. If you look closer, you'll be able to see. I mean, $1,491 in one day, $1,269 in one day, $1,366 in one day. These are examples, okay? These are examples from you know, people who have got the system dialed in and have worked hard to get here. It's not something that you're going to do on, you know, in your first week kind of a thing, obviously. But there's one big reason why this is possible, and that is that there are no restrictions. So with this system, it doesn't matter how weird or odd the product is. If it's proven to sell, you can sell it. You can sell hundreds of different products in one single shop because there's so much flexibility here. There's so much power here. So this is a visual, if you like, of how the system works. Someone goes to your shop, they see a product that they want to buy, and they buy it. Or they're searching for a product. They might be searching for a reading lamp. They find your site, they find your shop, and they go to it. They see the reading lamp, and they buy it. And maybe they'll pay $100, just as a simple example. So you receive the $100 from that visitor to your shop, and you then say to the supplier, hey, you know, Marty has bought the reading lamp, and Marty is in Kansas. Send it out to Marty. And the supplier will say, yep, we'll do that. It's going to cost you $50 for the product, which you've already received $100 for. So you pay the supplier $50. You've got a difference there in that case of $50 profit. And you would then, the supplier would then send the product out to Marty in Kansas, and you're done. So you never need to touch any inventory. Okay, and that includes, even if you were to get a return at some stage in the future, you would never need to touch any inventory. The supplier deals with all of that. You never need to pay anything for inventory up front because you receive money before you need to pay it to the supplier. So it's a streamlined, seamless solution that works really, really well. And now, finally, is the time when I get to do a demo, which I've been waiting for. So give me a demo, type demo in the question box, and I want to see at least 3/4 of you typing demo, and I want to see 75% of people here typing demo in the question box here. And when I get to that number, okay, it's going up. We've got about 1/4 of you approximately have typed in demo. Okay, I want it to come up a little bit more. Come on, I want to make sure you are, and there is a little bit of a lag here with when I when I talk and when you can actually type. So okay, so demo, lots of people typing in demo. Okay, so we're going to do something fun with the demo. Let me pull that up here. So here we are, and this is our technology called Vulcan, completely brand new technology. And you'll see a few things at a glance. If you're just looking down here, you can see the number of monthly sales that these products have got. So some of them have done 20,000 sales in a single month, 40,000 in a single month, 10,000, 100 plus, and so on and so forth. Now, over on the right hand side here, we've got categories. These are not categories that we've just decided on. These are the main categories that products are in on the web, and we are able to suck in all of this data, so real sales data from the world's biggest online shopping platforms. So Walmart, eBay, AliExpress is another one, Amazon, obviously, Keeper, and a number of others. And if I want to, go down into, filter in different things here, I could say, okay, show me products that are from $100 up to whatever the higher level may be. And I can say, well, look in a certain category. So just for argument's sake, let's go to automotive. And then this starts bringing up products in the automotive category, okay? And these are products that I can see real sales numbers around, like this thing here, 7,000 sold last month. And we can keep going down here, and more products are gonna start opening up. And I could get any of these products into my my shop. So there's lots and lots of different options here. Let me have a look at this one, Auto Sock. Good winter product, okay. But I can see this one here sells for $239, and I can, looks like I can get it for $186. I would have a good profit in there. This is just as an example. I could do much more searching, and I'll be able to find more here. But if I come and have a look on Amazon, I can actually see what the product is. This one here actually ships from the United States. So this is a product that's already in the United States, which is good news because it means that we're going to be able to get things, much faster. This is a product that's got 4,787 reviews, really good quality product. We've got a supplier here. We can see a history over time, lots of different data in here about how that product has performed over time. If I wanted to add this one to my products, I just go add to my products. After I've done that, I come over to my products tab here, and I scroll down. I can see the product there now, and I can then say publish. And then we've got AI technology, which does, like, a lot of those manual steps I was showing you before are all taken care of with this here, okay? So the writing of a listing and a title and so on and so forth, I've got multiple different options here. I could choose the the images that I actually want to display on my website or not. Same with the product description. I could edit things down here. There's lots you can do down here. I mean, I could edit and start typing. I could choose what my pricing wants to be. So I think I saw for 249. Yeah, it's 249 on Amazon. So yeah, maybe I'd sell it for $10 less, or maybe I'd sell it for more. Sometimes we sell it for more than Amazon because we're going after a different source. Or maybe I would say, you know what, I want a $50 profit margin. Okay, and then I'll just click publish, and in a few seconds, that's going to be published to my shop. Okay, and this is just a demo shop, but I can still show you what that would look like. Come in here, view my listing, and away it goes. It's all sucked in, all the information is there. And this is again just for demo purposes. But did you see the power there? What we were able to do, and I'm going to go back a little bit further. I'll go to all categories here, and I'm going to do something else that's, I think, it's going to be fun here in just a second. Okay, so I'll go to all categories, but hopefully you could see the power with what we're doing here. Remember when I said there are all of these manual steps that you would normally have to go through? Well, those manual steps can be completely, eliminated or streamlined. So we've gone from hours down to seconds, literally seconds. In fact, let's do this. I do want to get back over to the slides, but do you guys want to see me, type go in the question box if you want to see me doing a challenge here where I'm going to basically just time myself to see how long it takes me to identify a product And this could end in disaster because, you know, when you're doing live demos, maybe I'm going to get a technical issue with my monitor, or who knows what the heck could happen. But just like go if you want to see me doing a live demo where I actually time myself, and we can just see how long this actually takes me. Come on, guys. I need more than half of you to be typing go in here, because I am going completely off script now. And like I said, anything could go wrong, but I think it'll be fun. So I'm gonna, okay, look, there we go. We do have a wee bit of a delay there. So I've selected all categories. I've put just $50 and upwards. It doesn't really matter. And I'm going to just hit, I'm going to use my, hopefully you can see my phone here. I'm going to hit start, and the timer is running. So I'm not going to mess around here. I'm going to just come and have a look at this, and I'll see. I want to make sure I can find the exact same product or a very, very similar product. So I'm going to hit the back button. There you saw I had a little snafu there. Sometimes it can happen. We're pulling in data live in real time, and you can see that it's happened. I'll just actually refresh this. Sometimes I need to refresh it. And I'm going to drill down into a category. So let me go to patio, lawn and garden is normally one where I can find lots of, I find it's just a category that I like. I'm not even going to mess around here. Oh yeah, I'll just put a minimum of 100. And let me see. Have a look at this one here. Actually, let's go. This one I've actually seen before. I want to find one that I haven't actually ever seen before. Let's have a look at these. So I can find very, very similar products. Let's say this one here. Okay. Let's say I wanted to have this one here on my store. I could come in, I could analyze it. I could see what this is currently selling for on Amazon if I want to. I can see that this one is already also in the United States. I can see over time what the trends are. I can see what the sales rank and things like that are over time. I can come over to Amazon if I want and have a look at it. And when I'm ready to add it to my products, I can add it to my products, come over to my products, come down here, publish to my store. And I am using a demo version of this. So it's still in production mode, and we're still making changes to it all the time. And right now, I was just got a message that they're updating some of the products in the product catalog, which explains why the first couple of products I tried to open there didn't actually open up. But just to give you an update, we're at 2 minutes and 13 seconds, and it's in. So 2 minutes and 13 seconds, I can come and have a look at my listing. 2 minutes and 22 seconds. So you saw in real time there how in 2 minutes and 22 seconds, I was able to get this up and running. And again, I'm talking through it as I go, okay? You can see other types of products that I've been able to list there, and many, many more in the product finders. I mean, some of these are incredible products. This is one that I actually saw the other day, which is why I didn't want to do the demo there, but this is one that does massive volume. It's a steam sauna. And I can find the exact same one that gives me a good profit margin. I mean, look at this one. I can find the exact same one. It's the identical product. I think I've already published this one to my shop though, so I didn't want to use this as the example, but it's the exact same one. And this, it's got a very, very reliable history. And again, I can add this in, and it's got a really good profit margin. And this one is also in the United States. It doesn't matter. I'm just showing you just so you know. So anyway, very, very powerful there, and it works. This works like gangbusters. So give me a yes if you saw the immense power there, and you could see how we're able to blast through what would otherwise be very manual steps in what we're doing. I mean, this really is a secret weapon. It's a game changer, and it allows us to identify products, find suppliers, and get them into our shop and have a multi-product shop with potentially hundreds of products. And you saw how I was able to add a product, which, by the way, we can add products that could be getting thousands and thousands of sales in a single month at the push of a few buttons. You saw me do it in about 2 minutes flat. So how long would it take you to add 20 products? I don't know. If you really wanted, you could probably do it in an hour. I know that I could do it in an hour, especially if I'm not, doing a demo live at the same time. So the bottom line is you could take advantage of tons of incredible opportunities. Here are some more products that are currently listed in Vulcan. We've got all kinds of different things here. You can see some of the the numbers there sold last month. Obviously, these vary. You've got some that could sell just 50 in a month, but they are all taken from best-selling, lists, and data is sucked in from the different platforms out there. So it's incredible. It's all at our fingertips, and we've never had anything like this before. The technology didn't exist before. We didn't think it was going to be possible, but now that we've got these different integrations working in the background there, we've got some, just cutting edge technology. We're able to see a product and in real time identify suppliers that we can use. And I showed you examples of how we had, I think every single product that I showcased just there in that demo was with a USA supplier. It's not always the case, but you do have an option of being able to do that. You never need to buy any inventory up front. It's a simple system. You set up a shop, you add your products to it, you get visitors coming in, and that can lead to buyers, and you can scale. And we can use the velocity pages as a key part, a key sort of scale mechanism. So let's talk about some hidden gem products. This is one that is completely brand new that I haven't shared with anyone. $904.55 in 24 hours, selling solar-powered water fountains. Who knew? Who knew that this was a product that could do $904 in a 24-hour period? And by the way, this one also looks like it might be something that would sort of break a lot of the rules of products that we would traditionally choose. It looks like something that could be a little bit heavy, it could be a little bit big, but it doesn't matter because we don't handle any products whatsoever. So we've got a whole wide, playing field of products to choose from. This one here, music boxing machine, no idea what it is. Right? $321 in 24 hours. Garden bed, big, bulky, probably heavy garden bed, $1,021 in 24 hours. Sound and heat shields for cars, $343 in 24 hours. The advantages of this are huge. You've got accelerators to help you get up and running. You don't need to talk to customers. You never need to see or handle products that you're selling. You never, buy inventory until you've sold a product. You don't deal with the shipping. The supplier does all of that. And you're not using a hope-based, Russian roulette approach to really anything, not to traffic, and also not to products, and also not to suppliers, because we've got tools and systems that streamline that. And we're focused on making data-driven decisions and only, trying to sell products that have got demonstrated demand before we even worry about traffic. So is this making sense, guys? Give me a yes in the question box if that's all making sense. Yep, awesome. So this is the best way to build a brand new income stream working from home, period. It's something that, I've been talking a lot to my family about over the past couple of weeks when I've been here in New Zealand, because I just think it's such a no-brainer. It's such a big opportunity right now. There are many overcomplicated models out there online, but with this system, we're focusing on the fundamentals, on what works, and there are a lot of cutting edge bits and pieces in there, like the technology, but it makes it simple, okay? So you might be asking, is this really possible for you to get this, up and running? And, we hear you, and this is something that we have thought about and focused on for the past year. And over the past year, we've worked hard to put together a complete package of training, tools, and support so that you can get started with this and you could get up and running in the simplest, most streamlined way possible. So I want to introduce you now to the Omega project. And Omega means the ultimate, the greatest version of something. And this is precisely what we believe this is. It's a simpler, more efficient, and more effective strategy to build a brand new online income stream. It's the culmination of decades of teaching, being in the trenches ourselves, and just building up a wealth of knowledge and packaging it up in such a way that makes it simple, streamlined, and scalable. So to build one of these businesses, to get started here and leverage this for yourself, you don't need prior experience. This is designed for newbies. You don't need to invest in inventory. So we've eliminated that roadblock out of the way. You could run the whole thing from a laptop. All you need is a Wi-Fi connection. So, it can be run and set up from anywhere in the world. Doesn't matter if you've run into issues before. This is something completely brand new where we've got technology, tools, training, support to guide you along each step of the way. We've spent thousands of hours, innovating, developing all the training, software and support that you would need to try and make it as streamlined as possible. And everything you possibly need is included here. So the mission statement, or our battle cry, our focus is on simplicity, speed, and scale. We're sticking to the core fundamentals. We're zeroing in on what works, and we're pushing aside complexities, complex models, complex ideas, just focusing on what works. And this helps us to achieve results. And we're using a simple and scalable system here. So I'm going to run through the complete package of the components that are included in the Omega project. And then I'll share how you could get started if you wanted to. And just so you know, the accelerators that I've been through, like using Vulcan, like ShopX, these are things that could allow you to really hit the ground running here and start making sales, consistent sales at blazing speeds. So we've added multiple layers to the training though, to make it comprehensive, to make sure no stone is left unturned, and to make sure you've got all the support that you would need each step of the way. And we also recognize that different people learn in different ways. So as you'll see, as I go through here, we really have left no stone unturned, and it's ultra comprehensive. So the recipe or the master plan, as we call it, is broken down into 10 weeks. And through this 10 weeks, almost like a boot camp, we guide you step by step by step by step by step in baby steps over 10 weeks. So you can think about it like a 10-week journey as you go through this, and you're getting access to everything, the whole recipe, all of the secrets, all broken down into bite-sized chunks. So 100 videos. The value of these is just through the roof. And you might think, well, that sounds overwhelming. But again, these are bite-sized chunks, just so you can work through it at your own pace. You do one, tick it off. You do the next, tick it off, and you move on. So all the training is delivered by us, and you can hit the ground running with it. We've got something called the Genius Sessions, which we run between 2 to 3 times a week, depending on the week. So minimum of 2 times a week. And this is where we get on live with you. It's like a mastermind call kind of a thing. And we can have live interaction. We can talk about what you're doing. And these are in groups. And milestone checkpoints, accountability. We sometimes do off the cuff, detailed analysis, dedicated Q&A, and more. And again, these are things that are optional. If you can't attend or don't want to attend, you'll always be able to get the replays, and you can consume them at your own anytime you want to. But we've seen over the years that these really help some people to stay motivated and to just keep pushing along. It's like an added layer of accountability. So we've included those. The ShopX Launchpad is included, and it's not going to cost you a dime. It's all included. Everything here that I'm talking about is included with the Omega project. And this is the custom built Launchpad that layers on top of Shopify to make sure that everything works straight out of the gate and is designed in the way that we need to do it. So again, you can avoid the hurdle of having to try to find a theme, having to try to find the tools and apps. Everything we need is built into the ShopX Launchpad to help you streamline what you're doing and remove guesswork. Product Vulcan, game-changing technology, and allows you to not just search for products, but also make sure that the products that you find have got data around them and have got a supply option as well. So you've found products, you've verified and validated that they've got the demand, the sales volume that you need, and you know that you've got a supplier as well, and then you can zap them into your shop at the snap of your fingers. You saw how I was able to go through that process using Vulcan, and it took me something like 2 minutes and however many seconds, but a couple of minutes I was able to do it. So this is an absolute game changer, and there's zero cost for you to use Vulcan, to have completely unrestricted access to it for at least 12 months, okay? The Power Packs are next. These are groundbreaking resources to help you scale your shop. And one of the Power Packs that I sort of laser focused in on today was the Velocity Hub. So again, incredibly powerful tools at your disposal to help you hit the ground running, and dedicated training to show you how to use them at each step of the way. The Empire Builder, these are more training tools and resources, things like videos and mind maps, which again, we include at each step of the path here to help you keep going, push on, and make scaling of what you're doing here, your project, that much more streamlined. The traffic black box are, it's the go-to path that we use to get traffic coming in as quickly as humanly possible and in the right way. So if you start, going down a rabbit hole and doing something with traffic that you're not familiar with, then that's a recipe for disaster. Here, you're using the path of least resistance. We're showing you what to do on day one with the traffic, when you turn the traffic on, how to use it, and how you can dip your toes in the water and get started on a micro budget. And then we've got the Expert Center. This is a dedicated portal, how you can get support every step of the way whenever you need it. So a private email-based system. You can contact us anytime, day or night, and we'll be getting back to you. And we've got an amazing team here. We've got the achievement badges as well. These are something to sort of gamify what we're doing. So as you level up through your journey, you get a shop online, you get your first sale coming in, you start getting consistent sales. For each one of those steps, you can earn or sort of win one of these badges. So we found this helps with accountability and motivation. And it's ultra comprehensive. So this is our masterpiece. These are the tools, the resources, the training, the systems that can help you hit the ground running with this and get started. And even if you're only able to do this in your spare time, you could still make this work. So you can add it into the mix of your life. So the common obstacles have been significantly reduced or completely eliminated. So there are no traffic issues. We've got a path that we use for the traffic. Fewer supplier headaches. You can see the suppliers are found at the click of your fingers there. No inventory investment at all up front. You don't need to worry about buying inventory until you've actually sold something and got the money yourself. No product development, no staff, less overheads. You can do this as a solopreneur. No technical or advanced knowledge is needed. No complicated logistics. It's an amazing opportunity for anyone, I think, right now. The kind of opportunity that doesn't come along very often. It's something that I've been talking to my family members about a lot over the past couple of weeks as I've been back here in New Zealand, because I feel like for someone who's just getting started, this is the best thing I think that I can remember having come along, because it's so streamlined and it's so simple. It makes it easier. So I feel like it's a great system for anyone, for newbies, but also for people who have already got something else going on in their life. Like you've got a full-time job, okay, you could add this into the mix, get started in your spare time. If you've already got an online business up and running, well, hey, this could complement this. There are a lot of other tie-ins that I haven't gotten into here today, but there are a lot of different ways that you could use this to build a brand new online income stream, and also in the process of doing that, synergistically help boost your other business. So I think it's an incredible opportunity. Look, we've spent over 15 years helping thousands of regular people learn about online businesses and build online businesses. And this is the best thing I think that we've ever done. So quick fire recap: we launched a simple shop. We've got you covered there. We identify products to sell, high demand products, and Vulcan is an absolute game changer. Because it finds the products and the suppliers and sucks them into your website. It leverages a whole heap of cutting edge technology to get you going there. And you can, like I say, identify these products to sell, suck them into your shop. After you're selling them, at some stage in the future, you want to build a velocity page as well. We've spoken briefly about that. You get targeted visitors coming in, convert the visitors into buyers, and then you can scale. It is an absolute game changer. This is the scaling. One of the scaling strategies that we use are the velocity pages. Very, very cool, very powerful technology to be able to build this. The accelerators can help you hit the ground running and get started as fast as possible in the most streamlined and simple way. We're giving you all the tools that you could need to get started. And this is something that you can do at your own pace, day by day, week by week. Just take small steps forward. The aim is to improve and grow, but you can do it at your own pace. And if that means you want to put your foot flat on the accelerator and go as fast as possible, fantastic. The typical phases that we see people go through are to launch a shop and get your first sale. That's the first thing that we're going to do, and we're going to be working to do that as fast as humanly possible. We're then going to get traction, double down, and this is where you get more consistent sales coming in. And then you begin to scale and hit your growth stride. And this is where you can scale to the moon. So it's a systematic approach, and you can probably imagine, how this could unfold. And these small steps that we're taking can lead to just unstoppable momentum, absolutely unstoppable momentum. So what's it going to take to get started? Now, really important. Urgent action is needed for two critical reasons. The first is that this is a private invite. Okay, so you're here right now, you've been invited to the workshop. This is not available to the public and will not be available to the public for long. Enrollment is going to be closing. We have never ever opened this before, and we've got no plans at all to open it in the future. So when the doors close, we are planning on keeping them closed. So this invitation to get started here will absolutely expire soon. The second reason is we've got a firm time deadline that we must stick to. Members need to be in, got to get ready for the training, and we're going to be doing the first live training imminently, so you must be in and ready to go along with everyone else. The opportunity, the size of the opportunity is gigantic. E-commerce is exploding. Here we can see that in this report, projected to reach 47 trillion by 2030. Just a couple of years ago, it was at 19 trillion. So we're talking about in the next 5 years, more than doubling what it was just a couple of years ago. It is growing incredibly. Everyone does everything online. All their shopping, a lot of their shopping online happens these days, and this is a way that you can get a teeny weeny slither of that pie, and it can be, it can make your dreams come true. Now, we start on Friday. Okay, the first training session is happening on Friday, so time, you need to get in so that you can be part of this. Time is very quickly running out here. And this is one of the reasons why I think it's imperative that you secure your spot with us here today so that you can participate and be in. You need to be in for the training. Okay, again, we start on Friday. We've battled with how to price this for weeks. This was going to be private. Originally, we were going to do it like a mastermind kind of a thing and just invite a few people into the fold. And we looked at $9,997. We thought this would be a fair price to charge because we charge $1,000 a month or over $10,000 a year for our private mastermind. So what we're giving you here is access to an enormous amount of infrastructure, hand-holding support, sort of every step of the way that you need it. And we've spent thousands of hours and hundreds of thousands of dollars developing and putting it all together. We think it would be an absolute steal for the right person at that price. But we also realized that if we were to make it this kind of a price point, it would, ultimately, mean that so many people wouldn't be able to use it because it would just be too much for them. So we wanted to bring in and be able to impact more people. So we said, okay, we're not going to do it for the mastermind price point, and we're not going to run it like a mastermind in quite the same way. So then we said, well, maybe $6,997 would work. And we thought, if all this does is gives people the ability to, build something that could give them consistent sales and consistent profits, day after day after day, would be worth that. And in my mind, it would absolutely be worth that. But what we didn't like about $6,997 is that it's not like a mastermind pricing, which is more like $10,000 a year. And it's also not low enough to enable enough people who really need it to be able to use it. So we said, we're not going to do $6,997. And then we said definitively, what we'll do is $4,997. We thought this is an absolute steal for that, and we can make payment plans available and so on and so forth, but we would make the price $4,997. And then we realized we could do even better. So right now, today, what you can get in for is, I think, I hope an absolute no-brainer. So here's what we did. We set up a way that you can get complete access to this today for 4 payments of $997. In fact, you can get access for even less. You can see the link on the screen there. If you get access today, right now, you can get in for 1 payment of $3,497. That's the cheapest overall. You can see there's an instant discount built into that. Or, of course, you've got the 4-part payment options, 4 payments of $997. So I think it is an absolute no-brainer, in part because we've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. So, you can take it for a test drive. If you change your mind within 30 days, we'll give you your money back. We're not going to ask you to jump through hoops or anything like that. We're not going to say, hey, prove that you watched the videos, prove that you've taken steps. It doesn't matter. There's no special requirements for getting this. It's just to give you peace of mind. And I know a lot of people don't even offer these kind of guarantees these days, but we want to make sure that you can get in with complete peace of mind, no strings attached with this one. Now, I do have something else that is extra special, which I'm going to talk about in about 2 minutes time. So please wait and listen to make sure you hear that. But if you're ready to get in right now, then go ahead and do it and let me know that you are in. This is what it's going to look like. You're going to go to a page. When you go to that link that you can see on the screen, you're going to go through to a page where it's going to ask you to, to make your payment. You can pay with a credit card, PayPal. Click the green button and you'll be on the inside. And you can do all of this in about 60 seconds flat. Now, I mentioned that there is something else which is enormously valuable, and that's what I want to talk about now. And that, in fact, is the reason why I'm opening up this orange screen here, because I wanted to use this as a way of alerting you right now that what we're going to talk about is an exclusive chance to be part of what we're calling our inner circle. And this is something that is 100% private for reasons that you'll see in just a moment. Guys, if you're ready to jump in though, do not delay. Get in right now for reasons that are going to become apparent. Okay, you need to take access on this right now. So the inner circle, this is an exclusive chance to be part of our inner circle, which, by the way, is not going to be available to all members of Omega Project. I'll explain this in just a second. The inner circle is a private membership, okay, for a select group of action takers who, for the duration of 2025, are going to get VIP access to confidential, in-house monthly product intelligence reports, okay? You're going to get access to bi-monthly live inner circle what's winning now calls. You're going to get access to the inner circle resource vault. And membership to the inner circle is by invitation only, and is strictly going to be limited to those who qualify, okay? So it's designed and needs to be super private. In fact, as a member, you will be required to sign a non-disclosure agreement, because insights inside the inner circle are not publicly available and cannot be shared outside the group. These reports often will contain highly valuable, sometimes time-sensitive information, and we just need to protect them to protect the value of the inner circle. Again, it's not for everyone. So why are we doing this? Why are we running an inner circle with everything else that that we've already got going here? Well, we already create the reports. We run the reports, we create the intel, and we've got the resources anyway, and we thought this is a good way to organize them, and it would be a good way to reward people who are action takers on this workshop and find a way to get in. So it's kind of a win-win there. The other thing that I want to do is I want to do a premium inner circle in 2026. Not something I'm going to do now, but I want to do a premium one that people pay a lot of money for in 2026. And this could serve as a beta test for that. So sometimes in the past, we've spoken about beta students and beta students' results and so on and so forth. And sometimes you wonder, well, how do you get in and become part of a beta group? This is one of the ways that you could potentially do that. This inner circle is for that. Now, I did say it's invitation only, and not everyone can get in. I want to be 100% clear. The inner circle is not included as part of the Omega project by default for all buyers. It is not included as part of this by default. It is by invitation only. The way that you secure your membership is through this private invite and by following the precise steps that I'm about to share with you. And it's for action takers, people who are serious about this, and your chance to get into it is now. And you won't be able to get into this. We're not going to open up the inner circle again for people to come into, or even make it possible for people to buy their way in. That's not the objective here. To gain access, all you need to do is secure your spot in the Omega project right now using the link that you can see on the screen. Once you've completed your enrollment, you type the following into the comment box, in the question box, comment box that you've got here in this presentation. Okay, so what you need to type is I'm in a circle, and then put your email. Put the email that you're using as part of your purchase here. That's important because we are going to verify it. You can actually go ahead and do that right now while I'm still talking. Go right now while we're still talking. So I'm in a circle, and then put your email. If for any reason the Q&A box, the comment box isn't working for you, you can do the same thing through email. You can send us an email to support@omegaproject.com with the subject line inner circle, and include your name and email address that are associated with that. Okay, so a couple of different ways you can do it. The simplest way right now, we are on a workshop here, so the simplest way for you to do it is to use the comment box, the question box. You do need to do it though. If you don't do this, you simply will not be added to the inner circle. Again, this is not something that is going to be available to 100% of the members of the Omega project. This is by invite only using this specific system. This is how you do it with email. You can send us an email, subject line inner circle or inner circle access. Give us your name and the email that you used to create your account with Omega project. Send it to support@omegaproject.com and we will manually upgrade you. So once you've done that, we're going to verify that you are indeed on the inside, and we will confirm that you are part of the inner circle. If you don't hear from us, don't freak out. The first inner circle report is going to be released in the first week of February. If you haven't received, communication from us with that report by the end of the first week of February, then simply reach out to us and we will be able to add you into the inner circle. Okay, so you need to secure your spot immediately if you want to be able to do this. I'm going to leave this here on the screen just while I go and check. This is what you need to do right now. So you need to type in I'm in inner circle and then put your email in. Okay, I want you to write in an example would be I'm in inner circle and then whatever your email is, the email that you've used to secure your spot here. It is important that you do this so that you can we can actually add you to the inner circle. So again, guys, extra special. We've never ever done this before, and if you're here right now, then you are in the right place to be able to take advantage of this. So congratulations to the people that I can see are jumping in there right now and securing access to this. It's time to do this. I am going to take some questions here in a few moments. I just wanted to mention this to you first. I do have a couple more things to share. And just while you're doing this, remember that you are completely backed up by the 30-day money back guarantee. So you are completely backed up there. You can jump into this. You can give it a go. You can test it out for yourself. Okay. So you could be 60 seconds away from securing your spot. You go to the link that you can see on the screen. We're going to make sure that link is in the chat box there. Guys in support, please get that link into the chat box so that everyone can see it and actually click on it. We'll add that link into the chat box. That'll be coming there in a moment, but you can go to the link that you can see on the screen, open it up in a browser, and you can get going. I'm going to go ahead and put that link in the chat box. So you've got it. You can see the link there. That's where you need to go. You should be able to click on that link and you can get started and you could be in. You could literally be in about 60 seconds time. And there is training waiting for you on the inside. And remember, the live training starts imminently, as I was mentioning a few moments ago. So it's time for a decision here, guys. It's time for you to decide if you want to do this. I know that some people are going to let them pass this by, are going to miss out on it. And I think that would be a real shame. But you are here right now. You can get in at what I think is just no-brainer pricing, honestly, for what you've got here, and you can start using the system. And what's the worst that could happen here? You tell me, what is the actual worst that could happen? I don't see much downside. Given everything that I've shared with you here today, do you agree, at minimum, that there is a chance, even just a chance, that this could work for you? Is there a chance that this could be 10% as good as what I'm sharing with you? I mean, you've seen the live demos that I've been doing. It really does get rid of all the guesswork and remove, a lot of the reliance, on special skills or ability or things like that. And you do have that 30-day money back guarantee, so you are completely backed up there. So what's the worst that could happen? Let's break it down a little bit. You've got the money back guarantee, we know that. You are going to have to spend some time. This stuff just can't just happen on its own. You will have to invest a little bit of time. I recommend consistent effort, something you could definitely do in your spare time, consistent effort, but you could hit the ground running in a much more streamlined fashion thanks to the different accelerators that we've got here, like Vulcan, like ShopX, and so on and so forth. So you don't have financial risk. You've got the 30-day money back guarantee where you can test this out for yourself, and then you can make your decision within the first 30 days. So I don't see downside. I would love to be able to get you in right now and you be able to participate in the inner circle that I mentioned as well, but you need to let us know in the question box. It's only available for a very limited time. We will shut this down. People will miss out. This is not false scarcity. This is real. We always, shut down our programs, and this is no different. We've got no plans to open this at all in the future currently. So jump in right now. Just take small steps forward. You don't need to invest 40 hours a week into this if you don't want to. Of course, the more time you put in, the faster you're going to get things going, and you could expect your results to be correlated with that. But if you want to get this going just by small amounts of consistent effort, then you can also do that as well. Just take small steps forward and go at your own pace. Now, you could take the DIY approach, but honestly, I feel like that is the worst approach of all, because everything is sort of laid out for you in a streamlined way. I did share the manual way of doing this, but there's any number of different things that could go wrong with that. And I don't think the DIY approach is the best approach at all. But don't wait, because if you wait, you're going to risk missing out. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. And if you get in right now, you can also get the inner circle. Now, one thing they might be thinking is, I can't afford this, and I completely, understand that. But I want you to think about what you're getting here in exchange for what you're investing here today. I mean, this is incredible value. This is, our masterpiece. This is the best, I think, program that we've ever put together. And we've got two different payment options. You can take a one-part payment option, which has got, a lot of savings built into it, or you've got the split payment option there as well, just to make it, potentially more affordable. It doesn't matter which option you take, but you need to be able to get in. I think the real question is not about the price tag and if it's too expensive, it's how much do you want it? If you can see and if you can imagine how this could positively impact you. And again, what this is all about is building a brand new online income stream. So getting you to the point where you're using the system to actually generate profits on a daily basis. That's what we're training you towards, and that's what our objective is here. And to be able to achieve that, it might mean that you have to go outside your comfort zone. It does mean that you have to actually take action here today and get in. But only you can do that. I mean, I've given you a lot of information. We could be speaking for a whole weekend, and I'll still probably be scratching the surface of what we've got here. But you've got enough information, hopefully, now to be able to get in, especially because you've got the money back guarantee. So I think the real question is, are you willing to do what it takes to get in? If you are, then do it right now, because this is something that I believe could help you make your dreams come true, whatever they may be, because it's designed to help you get started with building an online business. And I think perspective is everything. If you just consider the price tag, for example, you might think it's too expensive. Well, let me ask you this. Who was it too expensive for? You know who it's too expensive for? It's too expensive for the wrong person. It's too expensive for the person that's going to make excuses. But if you're ready to draw a line in the sand and say that you're not going to make excuses, you're going to make some effort, you're going to go outside your comfort zone, you're going to follow along with the training, you're going to approach this with an open mind, you're going to hit the reset button, come in with a clean slate. If you can do that, then I feel like you are the right person. And for the right person, I think this is an absolute no-brainer. This is the kind of thing that I was screaming out for when I was getting started online years ago. But you can only see the reward if you actually come on the inside, because the people that win are the people that participate. It's always the way in life, and you can get in right now. And I think when you see it in that regard, you see that it's actually a bargain. Like $997 as an example would be a lot of money to pay for a cup of coffee. It would be pennies in the jar for a brand new Ferrari. And I think it's an absolute bargain for what you're getting here. So you have to look at this in perspective. Now, we do have some other exclusive Gold Star member bonuses that we call them that I want to share with you right here, and then I'll get into taking some Q&A. So the first is what we call Omega 1, and this is more in-depth training about building single product landing pages and how you're going to be able to use velocity pages and really link them into what you're doing. So it's a massive, massive optimizer and deep dive training into how to do that, which is almost like an advanced strategy here. So that's the first one. The next is Omega 365. And this is how you can lock in training and mentorship throughout the whole of 2025. And this is where we'll be continuing on with these, weekly and bi-weekly as well, mastermind style sessions, office hours style sessions, to be able to take Q&A and just be there every week, being able to check in. And you don't have to tune into these if you don't want to, but it's nice to be able to have them in case you want them. And then we've got Omega Mind as well. This is mindset training. I feel like a lot of the times you give two different people the same information, and one of them excels and absolutely crushes it, and the other one kind of sort of fades away. It doesn't do much. And I tell you what, I think one of the main reasons this happens is because of mindset. So for you to use in parallel with Omega Project, we're also giving you my absolute best content, 70 videos, all about rewiring your mind and having the winner's mindset. So you're getting everything that you could possibly need here, but you need to take action right now. We will do some Q&A in just a second here. Before I do though, I want to just reiterate on what the costs are, because this is without doubt the most common question that we get. So what are the costs in doing this? What are additional costs or other costs? You'll need a Shopify account, the way that we're doing it. And one of the reasons we've used Shopify is because it is indeed the most cost-effective way to get going, because you can get started with Shopify for $1 per month for your first 3 months. And after that, Shopify has got a plan that's $29 per month. So super cost effective. I don't think there's ever been a more cost effective way to get a business up and running. You'll need a domain name. This is going to cost about $10. You only need one of them, but you'll need a domain name. You won't need hosting because it's included with Shopify. You won't need to buy any inventory up front. We're not buying physical products up front. You only ever buy inventory after you've received money for it. So someone pays you $100 for something, and then you pay the supplier $50. You're not going to have to pay for Vulcan. We've included that with your membership here, and so you'll be able to use that for 1 year, and then we'll circle back to that in 12 months' time. In terms of the traffic, the objective is that traffic is self-funding. How much should you spend? Look, if you're able to spend $1 and make $2, then you should spend as much as you possibly can. But I think to begin with, it's important to know that it's possible to dip your toes in the water a little bit, start with a micro budget, $5 per day. And the objective of that micro budget is not to build a business that scales and makes dozens and dozens of sales. The micro budget is so you can see how it works, and you can actually say, oh, I've got this shop which I've set up with Shop X. I've found products with Vulcan, and now I'm able to get a trickle of traffic coming in. That's the kind of thing you can do. And we do have the ability to have incredible conversion rates as well. In fact, our head coach has got something like 5% conversion rate over the period of 12 months, and it's pretty incredible. So you don't necessarily need a ton of traffic, and you can definitely get started with a trickle of traffic, which you can do for a few dollars a day. But hopefully, in the short term, you're going to want to spend more, because the more traffic you get, the more sales you can make. And if you're spending $1 and making $2 back, then it just becomes a no-brainer. So you're not going to have any other costs as well for ShopX Launchpad. We are including that. You won't have any more costs for that. So I'm going to take some questions now, and I'm going to take a sip of water here first. And I've just gone ahead and actually webcam turned off there. So I'll just leave it like that. We'll do some Q&A. What I'm actually going to do is bring back the slide that I was sharing a moment ago, just with the inner circle stuff, because I saw a couple of questions about that, and I want to make sure that you know what you have to do to be able to get into the inner circle. So while I do some of these questions, I'm going to leave that up. Okay, so let me see in the question box. If you've got a question, go ahead and let me know what it is right now. We'll take some live questions. And we have been busy as well, answering a lot of questions behind the scenes. But guys, this is the inner circle access information. This is how you need to do it. I'll leave that up while I take some questions. So can a newbie, someone who's got no other experience, do this? Yeah, I mean, this is designed to be as newbie friendly as possible. I've been through a program in the past and I've never really made a breakthrough. Why would it be different this time? Look, I think the key thing that we've got with Omega Project is it is incredibly simple. Okay, I don't think we've ever had a system that is as simple as we've got going here. And we think that the simplicity is going to dramatically help people to get going for obvious reasons that you can probably imagine here. So it's very, very simple. The technology that we've got today was impossible to build even 12 months ago. So even just in the past few months, we've been able to do things with this technology that were not possible, just not possible from a technical standpoint, just impossible, 12 months ago. So in the past, years ago, we've taught other people how to sell products with, physical products online and things like this, and other programs as well. And none of the technology that we've got, or a lot of the technology that we've got, just simply was not available in the past. So I think, regardless of results that you have or haven't had in the past, this is something completely brand new. It is the simplest program that we've come out with, and I believe it's the most systematic. I really feel like this is our masterpiece. I mentioned that a few moments ago. We've learned so much over the years in working with people, and having seen their results and having seen challenges that people have had. And we've identified some of the common roadblocks that some people have. So for example, if you're dealing with Amazon can be fantastic, but it opens up a whole, a whole list of potential challenges because we can't control what Amazon does. So this is a way that we can control things ourselves on our own shops. Okay. Now, it's not to say that you shouldn't still have another business out there. Maybe you've got an affiliate marketing business. Maybe you do have a business that sells products on Amazon. Maybe you've got, any Kindle business or whatever it might be. Keep those going, but this is something that you can add into the mix. So all of this to say that even if you've tried in the past and you haven't sort of made your breakthrough, and maybe that was with one of our programs or maybe it was with someone else's program, doesn't mean you should give up. Giving up is the only surefire way to know that you will never ever succeed, is if you give up. But if you get in, then you're giving yourself a new opportunity. And this is completely brand new. The technology that we've got here, the training is all completely brand new. I just filmed the first module a few days ago. So to give you an idea, this is hot off the press and it's unlike anything that's come before. Let's just see. Joe said, is it better than another program that we've had in the past? And Joe was referring to the specific program. I really believe this is our best program, period, Joe, because it's simple. It's so simple. With things that we've had in the past, with you referring to CPA marketing, there are a lot of moving parts, and you have to make sure that you are operating in a very specific way for it to work. But what we've got here are 4 simple steps, and that's it. So it's very, very simple, and I think that cuts down on a huge number of potential failure points. So if we minimize failure points and make it as simple as humanly possible, then in theory, you should have a much easier job of getting up and running and seeing results. So hopefully that explained that one, Joe. Let's see. Okay. How much time is it going to take me? Well, you can definitely go through at your own pace. If you wanted to keep up with the training, we've probably got a couple of hours worth of training each week, but it's easy to consume, and I would say just go. You want to go at your own pace. What else do we have here? What about if you're not in the United States? Does this matter? No, it doesn't matter at all. I mean, most of the year I'm in Argentina. I'm in New Zealand at the moment. I could run this business from here. Our head coach is actually in Australia. So yeah, I mean, this is, yeah, I think it doesn't matter where you are. And you don't only have to sell in the United States as well. In fact, we've got a strategy which we'll share with you where you could sell anywhere in the world. What about tariffs? Tariffs, for the most part, are a non-issue. In fact, the example products that I was sharing with you earlier, they were all already in the United States. So, zero impact of tariffs and things like that. What else do we have here? If I take the split pay option, am I going to have anything held back from me? No, you're still going to have everything given to you, so you can do that. I want to stress though, guys, this inner circle is something that is ultra special and is not available to every single member of Omega Project. So if you do want to get in, I recommend that you get in right now while you still can and while you can do this. Okay, so I've got these slides up here and you can go ahead and get started right now. Do I have to have any special copywriting skills? No, in fact, we've got AI technology which takes care of the vast majority of that for you. Will there be help if I get stuck? Yes, and this, again, to reiterate, this is designed for newbies. You might not be a newbie, but hopefully it gives you good peace of mind to know that we are doing it in baby steps and you could get support from us anytime you need. In fact, you can see our support email here, support@omegaproject.com. You can email that. We've also got a help desk with an incredible team. Do I need an LLC or business entity? No, you can run this as an individual. You can look at setting up one of those later if you want to, but you definitely don't need it to get started. Let's see. Okay, why did you choose to go with Shopify? So good reason. So we wanted to make sure that this was as cost effective as humanly possible for everyone. And Shopify was the most cost-effective solution that we could possibly provide because you can get started for $3 for 3 months. So $1 per month for your first 3 months. And that will give you enough time to get things up and running, okay? So that was ultimately the driver there, but Shopify have also invested millions, tens of millions into a lot of the back-end infrastructure, which is pretty powerful, and our tools are designed to integrate seamlessly with Shopify, like the ShopX Launchpad and Vulcan as an example there, and the Velocity pages. All of it sort of integrates nicely with what we're doing here. Okay, we are going to take some more questions as we go here. I do want to do more demos as well. Let me just see. Joe said, don't forget to tell everyone that one of the advantages of this model is that there are more opportunities to sell legitimate products compared to the likes of ClickBank or Max Bounty. So yeah, compared to affiliate marketing, I mean, different sources of affiliate marketing. So that's a really, really good point, Joe. I mean, hundreds of thousands of products. And by the way, the reason we don't have millions of products inside Product Vulcan is because we don't want to have millions of products. The products that we want to have are the products that are the best selling products. So if we've got a few 100,000 products in there, but we know they are best sellers, that is plenty. That is absolutely fine. I'd rather have the best selling products and be able to source them, okay? The cost of there is no cost to the inner circle, Mike, just to be completely clear with you. There is no cost to the inner circle. It is something that we can add you to as a very special limited time bonus that, again, not everyone is going to get. And we're not going to ask you for any money ever for this inner circle, okay? It will run for the duration of this year. I don't know if it's going to continue on after that, but we're not going to ask you ever for money to access this inner circle, okay? Hopefully you can see the value there, what we've tried to put together. So I'm going to run through a few more bits and pieces. I did mention you've got these gold star bonuses as well. So, there's a lot of extra value there. You can get started today. I will run through things one more time here. And don't delay. If you're going to get in, go ahead and get in now while we are still on this workshop with you. And if you've got any question at all, make sure that you let us know. And we do have those other surprises happening at the end of the workshop that I mentioned earlier. Okay, so stick around for those. You know what I'm talking about. There's some good stuff coming a little bit later on. So the first step is to launch a simple shop. We do this with the ShopX Launchpad. The second is to identify products to sell. We use Vulcan to do this, and not just products to sell, but also the suppliers of the products. And we want to be able to make data-driven decisions here. And we identify the products, we suck them into our shop at the push of a button, and away we go. We get targeted visitors using shopping platforms. This is the path of least resistance. And we convert visitors into buyers. So we've got a whole number of conversion tactics and strategies that we can add to our shops to help with this and to make sure we're maximizing and boosting conversions. So it's very, very simple. And I think that's the beauty of this. You can launch a simple shop. You've got, you can identify high demand products, your visitors coming in, and convert the visitors into buyers. And then we continue to scale from there. We can add, hundreds and hundreds of products if we want to. there's no cost in adding products. We scale our best sellers. I've spoken today about the velocity pages and given you a bit of an insight into how they work. So this is a key part of it, advanced strategy, and we're going to be training you on exactly how these velocity pages work to make sure that you can, again, do everything in your power to boost your sales. We've been guiding you through that. It really does work. I mean, that's the bottom line here. It works. It gives you enormous flexibility. We only sell high demand products that demonstrate that they've got all the metrics that we're looking for. We focus on high speed traffic. The model is simple to scale, and you could add hundreds of products into your shop, if you wanted to. It is absolute game changer, and the speed at which you can do it. And it's not just about speed, it's about having the speed and ability to do it, but it's also about making sure that you're adding the right products that have got suppliers and so on and so forth. So quick recap of what's covered here. We've got the master plan. There's the 10-week blueprint that guides you through absolutely everything. You're getting the genius sessions. These are sort of mastermind style, office hours style sessions that we do on Zoom weekly. We do them between 2 to 3 times per week over the 10-week period. We've got the ShopX Launchpad, which is how you're going to be able to build your custom shop, and it's got a lot of bells and whistles built into the background here. We've got Product Vulcan, which I've shown you is an absolute game changer. Just a complete game changer. Incredible technology that sort of marries up identifying products with actual suppliers and making sure we've got all the data to back them up and then suck them into your shop at the blink of an eye. The Power Packs, these groundbreaking resources, including Velocity Hub to build the velocity pages. Empire Builder, this is all about scaling. So a lot more dedicated training around the scaling, the traffic strategies, the path of least resistance, making sure that you are getting traffic in the right way to be able to start growing your business as fast as you can. The Expert Center, this will support every step of the way, and the member bonuses as well that I mentioned, those 3. So what we've tried to do is eliminate all of the potential roadblocks and hurdles and streamline everything. So you don't need to buy inventory, there's no product development, fewer supplier headaches and suppliers on demand, a very clear, crystal clear path and simple path to getting traffic. No staff, less overheads. You don't need any special technical knowledge, no complicated logistics to deal with. And it's an incredible opportunity. But again, we start on Friday. Time is of the essence. If you want to get into this, you need to do it right now or you will miss out. Don't delay. Do this right now. You can see the link in the chat box, and we're going to add that into the chat box again so that you can see it again. But we start on Friday, and you need to take action on this right away. You can see how you can get going here. You can go to the link that you can see on the screen. I'm going to take 1 second and actually add this into the chat box again. So you've got it. You go to that link that you can see on the screen there, and you can get started, and you can be on the inside in a matter of seconds, okay? As you can see though, guys, you can get started today. You've got a 1-part payment option, you've got a split payment option. You get on the inside and we will look after you every step of the way. Now, you need to make an informed decision, okay? And I'm not even asking you for a firm yes or a firm no right now. I'm just saying, come inside, take a look around, see if it's as good as what we say it is. And if it is, that you keep it. And if not, you can always ask for your money back. You can get a refund in the first 30 days. No hard feelings, no questions asked. If you decide it's not right for you, doesn't matter if it's 29 minutes from now, 29 days from now. If you're not happy, if you just change your mind, you can contact us at the support desk and we will help you make sure that you get an immediate refund, okay? But you need to be in. You need to be in to win, okay? I don't have time. This is something that we hear a lot, and I think that one of the most important questions that you could possibly ask is actually about time, because money can be replenished, resources can be replenished, but time cannot. Now, you've already invested almost 2 hours in this workshop to see this opportunity. And we want a relatively small commitment of time from you. If you can't find the time to build a potentially life-changing business, then this is not for you. If you're here right now, don't you owe it to yourself to give this a chance? Because this is something that could potentially add more time to your life. And back to the concerns about time, I feel like the real issue here is about prioritizing. Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. It's about finding those extra hours to make things happen. And if you're ready to commit right now, then go to the URL that you can see on the screen. Now, I want to do something completely different now, okay? And what I want to do is I want to give you sort of a specific window of opportunity to consider this and ultimately to make your decision, okay? I want to pause here for a moment because I feel like this is one of those critical moments, those critical decision points. They kind of separate those who take action from those who just watch on the sidelines. So this is the part where, you could really go, things could go two ways. You could sit back and let this moment pass, keep doing what you've always done, or you could take small but powerful steps that could shift your trajectory. So I want you to decide, I'm going to do a timer in a moment, and I want you to decide before that timer gets down to 0, I want you to decide what side you're going to be on. So I'll just set this up, and in fact, let's do 7. So we have more time, got 5 minutes written there, but let's do 7 minutes. The opportunity to get started, and I'll turn that timer on in just a second, guys, but the opportunity to get started here is incredible, to take advantage of everything that we can provide you. And again, the reason that I'm stopping here is because too many people wait too long. They think that they can come back later, and then they never do. And this is that moment to decide. I feel that I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't give you the specific window of opportunity right now, just to catch your breath, okay? And I know how incredible this is. So now is your time. I'm going to start that timer in just a moment here, and I want you to make your decision, whether you're in or not, before the end of the timer. And if you do decide that you want to get in, then actually go ahead and do it. Okay, so I'm going to start that timer there now, and you can see that ticking down. And again, I want you to make your decision in the next 7 minutes. And just while you're doing that, while you're thinking about this, I want to share something else that I think is actually worse than failure. It's regret. It's looking back in the weeks ahead and realizing that you missed out on this and you missed out on a chance to make a new start. And I just find it heartbreaking to know that some people, probably people who would be fantastic for this, may fall into that trap and miss out. And people don't regret action, they regret inaction. And I can't think of many times in my life where I've regretted taking action to learn something new, to do something new. But I can think of plenty of times that I didn't do something and I wished that I had. We can't change the past, but we can influence the future if we're willing to take control and do new things. So I've got that timer ticking down, and in the next 5 minutes and 58 seconds, if you're ready, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and get in and finish the sign on process. So here's the next move to make. If you're ready to be bold and take the leap of faith with me, then right now stop everything else, open up the link that you can see and secure your spot. If you're already in, then congratulations. We are going to be working together. I'm so excited to continue to be part of your journey here. And if you're still thinking, then this is your moment to make up your decision. I remember years ago, a mentor of mine was speaking about being unreasonable. And what he actually meant was going outside my comfort zone. It wasn't about making bad decisions. It was about realizing, I'm afraid to do something new, but just do it anyway. It was about blasting through procrastination. And it's really stuck with me. It was like 25 years ago when I had this conversation. And it was about just doing something. And I really love that Nike motto of, just do it. No more excuses, just buck up and actually do something. Go ahead and take action, because fast movers tend to win, and hesitation costs you so much more than you realize. Coming back to something I mentioned a moment ago, what's the worst that can happen here? If you try it out and it doesn't work, you're exactly where you are now without having lost money, because you've got the 30-day, no questions asked guarantee. But if you don't try, you will never know. Don't let that fear stand in your way. You need to take action. You need to take action. If you try again and it doesn't work, what's the downside? So one decision can change everything. I really believe that this is true. One decision really can change everything. And if you think about your own life, you could probably think of a few decisions or moments in your life that changed things, like the place you went to school, the person you met, the job you took, the vacation that changed your life, the business partner that you had, the mentor, the investment, the program, whatever it might be, for better or worse. For better or worse. I'm sharing some personal photos there of that mean things to me, in my life, and they are the culmination of decisions that I've made. And Steve Jobs knew it. He knew that the dots in your life connect eventually. The thing that you do today impacts what happens tomorrow. It's a chain reaction, a domino effect, the butterfly that flaps its wings. For me, this represents opportunity. I'm not afraid of this. It represents opportunity because I can use it to my advantage, because I know that every morning that I wake up, I can decide what I'm going to do. And what I do or don't do today will have ramifications later, cause and effect. Now, where do you see yourself in 30 days? What path would you like to be on? I find that people underestimate what they can achieve in 30 days because the power of massive action is enormous. In 30 days, some people can change the trajectory of their lives, their health, their wealth, their relationships, and much more. And what we're talking about here today is a new path, and we're inviting you to come on it with us, but you must decide. I want you to make your decision in the next 2 minutes and 20 seconds, okay? Because if you don't make any decision, that's kind of the worst thing that you could possibly do here. You need to be able to make a decision, okay? And make your decision now. Don't just keep waiting, don't keep procrastinating. If you decide that this is not right for you, I respect that. That's fine, but you need to make a decision. And guess what? As the timer winds down here, I'll finish with this. Success loves speed. I've seen it over and over again. Success loves speed. Winners take action. Hesitators tend to watch from the sidelines and miss out. High achievers do not wait, they take control. Guess what? Success also leaves clues. So one of the clues is action. And people move, they make things happen, they take control of their destiny. And maybe you haven't done that 100% in the past, but you've got a new opportunity to do it today and tomorrow and the next day. Right now, you get to decide what category you want to belong to. And please, I urge you, take the path of the winner. Get started on an exciting journey and join us now. Go to the link that you can see on the screen. You owe it to yourself to make a decision here. Don't delay any longer. And let me know if you're going to get in. Make sure that you let me know if you are in the question box as well, so that we can make sure that you secure your spot for the inner circle as well, which is incredibly valuable. I would say this is actually invaluable because you can't buy your way into this. This is like one of those very, very private and exclusive opportunities to get into something, and you can do it right now if you just get in and finish your investment. So if you've decided that you're going to get in, let me know in the question box. If you have decided that this is not right for you, that's also fine. I'm not running this timer to try to like shame people or to try to pressure you to get in. I'm doing it because I want to give you a window of opportunity. 7 minutes ago, I said that we have this window of opportunity to think about this. And since then, I've been sharing a few thoughts, and now is your moment to decide. Now that timer is going to start flashing this. I'll just stop that. But guys, don't let this pass you by. It's an incredible opportunity. Get in right now. Let's continue on your journey. I would love to be part of your journey. Doesn't matter if you've struggled in the past. Doesn't matter if you've succeeded in the past. Doesn't matter what you've done in the past. You know why? Because this is a new opportunity. and you can hit the reset button. You can start with a clean slate. You're starting at the same place as everyone else. The training is starting imminently. You need to get in right now, okay? If you need to contact us at support, you can see the support email address there, support@omegaproject.com. If you want to get inner circle access and you're not able to use the question box, it always happens. Some people, for whatever reason, can't use it. You can always send us an email to support@omegaproject.com. Inner circle for the subject line. Let us know that you are in. Let us know the email address that you used to make your investment, and we will add you to the inner circle and you'll be able to gain access. Okay, so I will wrap up a few final things here. If you've got a final question, please use the question box. I think I mentioned this earlier, or maybe I didn't, I can't remember, but if you're on the fence, if you are trying to decide whether or not you are in, you're on the fence, maybe there's something that you need to know, just type fence in the question box, okay? We are gonna wind this workshop up in the next 10 minutes or so here, I think. So just type fence and why you're on the fence. And the reason I'm asking you to do that is because we are here with you live and we can answer questions that you've got and just try to help you make an informed decision. This is not about pressuring you. It's about showing you what your options are, and then you can make the decision yourself. And I will always remind you that you do have the 30-day no questions asked money back guarantee as well. And part of that is really just for peace of mind. I mean, not many people are going to take us up on that. I know that because they get to see how incredible this is. But if you needed it, it's there for you. Now, moving on, just as we sort of wrap up here, most people in life think in a win-then way, which is why most people end up broke at the age of retirement. The win-then approach to life is disastrous. Sometimes people say, when I've got more time, then I'll do it, whatever it is. But life doesn't work that way. Life won't just drop your dreams into your lap. You need to work for them, and it starts with taking action. And right now, if you'd like to take the next step, that means going to the link that you can see on the screen. Don't just wait. The first step in success is always taking action. It's the action that creates the result. And you know what limits most people? It's not time, it's opportunity. 8 billion people on the planet. How many people are going to see this? How many people are going to see this right while we're doing this private opening right now? Not many, but you are here and you can ride this wave with us and continue your journey as long as you take action. You don't think about money, what people worry about, it's actually not the price tag, it's what they get in exchange. So it's this perspective thing I was talking about earlier. So, when you're buying something, you always want the value to exceed, what you're paying. And we buy stuff all the time. We exchange money for food, electricity, resources, whatever it might be. And what we're doing here is asking to exchange money for education, not just education, but tools, technology, and support to help you get ahead. And how could you feel more comfortable than exchanging your money for the Omega Project than for anything else? Because you are exchanging money for access to training that is designed to help you get started to build a brand new online income stream. What would you need to know to feel confident about that? Let us know in the question box right now so that we can help you. This is not a rhetorical question. Actually let me know. What do you need? And just while you're doing that, remember you are 100% backed up here by our 30-day refund guarantee, so you can proceed with confidence. You can figure it out all on your own. In fact, I went through the 7 phases, the 7 manual phases of this. So I've already given you a blueprint, but that blueprint is riddled with pitfalls. And it's not that I wanted to leave it riddled with pitfalls, it's the nature of the beast. When you're doing it manually, there are so many things that could potentially go wrong. So many decisions that you need to make. And it can be challenging. But when you've got a path, a recipe that's laid out in front of you, and you've got guidance that says, first do this, then do that, of course it becomes simpler. And talking about doing it on your own, there's so much information out there. You could search for a YouTube video, you could look for a video on how to set up an e-commerce store and so on and so forth. But the problem is that a lot of the information out there is outdated, or you're like merging different recipes. Different people's recipes work differently, and you need to use our recipe if you want it to sort of pan out and enable you to get started in the most streamlined way possible. So information can actually be your enemy when it's not the right information. You need to have the right information. And of course, the other option is just to do nothing. And what happens when you do nothing? Nothing changes. We've seen it over and over and over again. You do nothing and nothing changes over and over again. You need a process here. You don't need talent. It's not about special expertise. It's about following a recipe, and that is exactly what you're getting as part of the Omega project. What's stopping you? There are actually 5 things that I've seen over and over again that tend to stop people taking massive action. And the first is, I think, actually a psychological barrier, and it's money. And people often don't pursue their passions because they think they can't afford it. Well, guess what? A lot of the times when you think you can't afford something, it's actually not true. It's a prioritization issue. And the extreme example I give people to really hammer this home is if I said to you, look, you need to pay $1,000 today or your leg is going to fall off. You would find a way to get together $1,000. You would do whatever it took. You would go knocking on doors, you would go begging on corners, you would do whatever it took to get that $1,000 because you don't want your leg to fall off, because it is a massive priority. It would be the #1 priority in your life at that point. So it normally comes down to prioritization. And if you do think it's too expensive, who do you think it's too expensive for? Who do you think it's too expensive for? It's too expensive for the wrong person. But are you the wrong person or the right person? And I'll tell you how you know if you're the right person. If you're willing to forget everything that you've done in the past, the struggles that you've had, even the wins, and just start with a clean slate, then you're the right person. If you're willing to allow yourself to fail and forgive yourself for past failures, give yourself a break. I struggled and failed for 2 years before I finally had my breakthrough. So if you haven't made the magic happen yet, you're not alone. It's part of the, it's part of the process here. But give yourself a break and never give up. If you're someone that never gives up, then that's the kind of character trait that is going to help you. Another thing that sometimes stops people is time. And it's possibly the best reason to actually get started with something if you feel like you don't have enough time, because maybe you need to recalibrate your life. Maybe you need to find a way of freeing up more time. Now, the Omega project is something that you can set up in your spare time if you want to. And as you build it and could get more consistent sales, it's something that could run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay, so it could actually free up time. You're not trading hours for dollars with this. The next thing that stops some people is ability. We've already spoken about this. You don't need ability. What you need are the steps. You need the recipe. Another thing that stops people over and over again is confusion. And when you are confused, it's hard to do things, hard to move forward. But how do you get through confusion? Just by taking small steps. Small steps forward are what will blast you through confusion. So be confused, do it anyway. If you're still confused, then you've got a support network in place. You send me an email. I can help you out. One of our coaches, one of our team can help you out. And a real big tip here is getting a quick win. Now, when we designed this system, we designed it in such a way whereby it would streamline things. And part of the reason for that is because we've seen people struggle over and over and over again when they can't get a quick win. And the quick win doesn't have to be making thousands of dollars. It could be just making that first sale. So we want to get you to it as fast as possible so you can blast through the confusion. And you know what else happens? You also blast through the fear. But the one thing I'll say about fear, and I mentioned this a moment ago, it was actually my first big boss before I was able to quit my job, my first big boss. He said to me, just be unreasonable, just go out there and do it. And don't let your logical brain stop you here, because fear will keep you like rooted where you are. It's okay to be afraid, but charge forward anyway, especially when you understand what is the worst that could happen, which is what we've spoken about here. One of the final things I want to leave you with today, I've shared this with people in the past. It's something that I really believe in. It's about growth. And growth happens when you go outside your comfort zone. And a lot of different studies have shown this. When people first see something new, they lack confidence, then they can make excuses. It's normal. This is not like it's not like a problem per se, but it does mean that you sort of always stay where you are. And I see this so many times in life. People just do the same thing they've always done, and they keep getting the same thing they've always got. And so I come from a small town here in New Zealand, and it's a beautiful place. It's a rural community, great people, amazing people. But every time I come back here, I see people who are probably incredibly happy. I'm not judging them, but they are exactly the same, and nothing changed at all in their lives. And I sometimes think, oh, there's so much more that you could do if you wanted to. And not everyone wants to do something new, and that's also fine. But if you do want to do something new, and if you do want to grow, it means being aware that you need to go outside your comfort zone. And one of the easiest ways to go outside your comfort zone, you know what it is just to do something new. So sometimes, normally about once a week, I ask myself, what's something new that I've done recently? What's something new that I've done this week? And it could be anything, like the dumbest thing. Like the other day, for the first time, I made a payment with a new payment system that was hooked up to my phone. I remember maybe it was like 6 months ago, for the first time ever, I made a payment using my watch, and I was like, holy crap, I finally did it. I know people have been doing this for years, but finally I did something new, and I go outside my comfort zone, and I acquire new skills, and I learn. That's how you learn, and that is where the magic happens. And you can probably tell, from my voice, this is something that I'm incredibly passionate about. I love this stuff, and I would love to be able to help you, but I can really only do that, if you are willing to, take that leap of faith here and join us on this journey. I would love to be able to help you, but you need to take the leap of faith, and you can do that by going to the link that's on the screen there. I've turned my webcam back on just for the end here. I am going to take a few more questions, and I'll turn this light on so a bit more light coming in there. I will take a few more questions, but I just wanted to turn on because I get so passionate about this stuff, and I want you to be able to feel that and see that, because I believe in you, and I believe that you could do it. And this is something that I also think about and share this a lot. This is a great visual representation of what I see so many times in life. People give up before the magic happens, and you never know how close you are to the magic happening. But it's heartbreaking that some people go through this, but it's a reality, and it happens to a lot of people. It may even happen to the majority of people, but you don't have to be in that majority as long as you keep on going and give yourself a chance. There are so many people that have built businesses for themselves, and I believe that we are entering a golden age for doing this kind of a thing. I shared some statistics earlier about how online sales are skyrocketing. Like, we thought that they were climbing at a good clip previously, but they are skyrocketing. Everything is moving online, and that is not going to change. So you need to be involved doing something online so you can have a little slither of the pie. So I feel like the timing is perfect for this. The model is the simplest that we have ever released ourselves, and I can't really think of a more simple one, just because the tools streamline everything. This could be an absolute game changer. Now, we're also running a live event as well. It's a weekend-long live event. It's a virtual event, so you can tune in from the comfort of your own home. So we're going to have a lot of fun with this, and it's going to, allow you to get new strategies, hybrid growth methods. We're going to have interviews with some of our students, interviews with coaches. In fact, we're going to be doing this in, I think, about 6 weeks' time, more or less. So you'll have some time to go through the training first. But if you hit the ground running with this, then I would love to be able to invite you to, if you want to do an interview with me on the live event. This is going to be a lot of fun. But again, you need to take the leap of faith and decide to jump into this. We're giving you everything that we could imagine that you could possibly need. And you've got the inner circle as well, as long as you take action here today. We've helped thousands of people over the years, and it has been incredible to hear some of the success stories. This is Anne, an amazing lady. I first met Anne in 2012. She came into one of my programs, and she sent these kind words over. The impact that Aidan has had on my personal and business life has been unrivaled. I've met Anne in person a few times, and she really characterizes someone who is not going to give up. So she's someone who's retired. She's someone that's cruising around Australia in like a motorhome, and she's just never going to give up. She keeps chipping away at her own pace, and Anne is an incredible person. This is Anthony. He says, I've participated in several of Aidan's training courses and found them to be superb. He's in the United States. Here's James, also in the United States. It's been a great experience and can see myself growing my business even further. So he's been involved in our programs over the last few years. Mike, great guy, someone that I've met years ago now. And he says, I seize every chance to work with Aidan as each session is a guaranteed learning opportunity. It's kind of humbling, honestly, to read these kind of things that people have sent in. But I want you to know, like, we're the real deal here. Just like anyone, we're capable of making mistakes, but we do our best every step of the way. And we want you, genuinely want you to succeed at this. I could retire right now, honestly, if I wanted to. And that would be fine, but I love teaching. I get a kick out of this, seeing people succeed, learning new things, and I'd love to be able to help you as well. And I really believe that, for me, I like to think about building a lifestyle enterprise, if you like, something that gives me freedom and flexibility. I've been fortunate to be able to help contribute and donate to a lot of charities over the years. Able to walk with my kids to school every day. That's like a personal thing that I love doing. And honestly, I'm able to do that because of the online business that I've built. And everyone builds their business differently. But for me, for example, I love to travel. So about 6 weeks a year, sometimes more, sometimes less, we come to New Zealand. I've got a beautiful holiday home out here. I wouldn't have been able to do any of this stuff if I didn't have an online business, not just because the finances needed to do that kind of a thing, but the time and the ability to not need to ask a boss for time off. We travel all around the world, normally multiple times each year because we're passionate about it. Everyone's got something that makes them happy, and it's about finding that thing. And I believe that what we're talking about here today is a vehicle that you could potentially use as a catalyst for your own, lifestyle enterprise. But you need to make a decision. This is something that's only open for a very short period of time. And the reason we do it is because we start this and we work through as a group, we work through as a class. Otherwise, we would just leave it open indefinitely. But I think there's something special that happens when you work through as a group and you're doing something week by week by week by week. I think something pretty special happens there. And that's what we're trying to generate here. So we're closed it down to the public. Oh, and the other reason, by the way, is, I mentioned that I've built multiple 7-figure businesses over the years. So I like to take a class through and we do the class training. And then I spend the rest of the time focusing on my other businesses, completely unrelated to teaching. So it really is a case of now or never. And if you want to get started now, it's time to jump in. Do it right now, get started. The objective of the entrepreneur's game is to make more money and to work less hours. A lot of people, when they think they're going to build a business, what they end up doing is they end up trading their hours for dollars. So they might end up actually making money, but they end up working more and more and more and more, and they become like a rat in the wheel, like in the rat race. So they don't actually win the entrepreneur's game. You win the entrepreneur's game when you've got leverage and when you're able to make more money by working less and less. Ideally, that's what we're shooting towards. But the only way you can do that is with leverage. And this is a system, the Omega Project, that when you get it set up and running, could work 24 hours a day. Like you could go to sleep and wake up in the morning and see you've got new sales coming in. That's how this could work, but only if you take action. I want to go through 5 logical reasons right now why I believe this is a complete no-brainer, and then we'll wrap up. So this is an investment in education to help you build a brand new business that could make you more money, make you more profits. Okay, so that's the first one. It's a new opportunity, and meaning when you do something new, it's a new chance to get new results that you haven't had in the past. So just by default, you're going to be doing something new, which I think is always a good idea when you want to learn. You've got no financial risk, and by that I mean you've got a 30-day, no questions asked money-back guarantee. You risk missing out on something special if you don't do this. This is special, and some people will miss out, but you can be on the inside today just by taking the leap of faith and going to the link that you can see on the screen there. And I really believe that investing in this is better than spending your money on something else, because this is the kind of thing that if you follow through and take action on it, could allow you to have more money in your life. If you want different results, you need to do something different. Don't keep doing the same thing over and over again. So one final question and one final surprise. And for this one here, I'm going to do a new timer. Let's just do 10 minutes, we'll be fine. We'll get that running. When that timer gets to 0, we are going to be wrapping up the workshop. I know that I've still got a couple of surprises at the very end, including the gift. So we will get to those, stick around for those. But right now, I want to share with you the last mega bonus available for people who take action. And again, it's better that if you're going to do this, do it right now. Get in right now, okay? So that we can make sure you're in and you can hit the ground running. And remember, we are starting the training imminently, so you need to be on the inside. So what I'm going to share now is something I've shared with a few people in the past. You may have heard me talking about it, but we have contracted with a company that gives away empty resort rooms. And when a hotel has an empty room, of course, it can't make any money from it, but it still has the same fixed overheads. So if the hotel can get someone in the room, even if they're not paying for it, they've got an opportunity at least to make some money. Maybe someone's going to order room service or whatever it might be, so they could make some money. And the hotel can still charge a surcharge for internet or something like that, and sometimes small taxes. So at least they can win something, even if they are giving away a free night in the hotel or the resort. And this is something, like I say, that we've contracted with a company, and we've actually paid money to contract with this company. It's not free for us to do this, but we've paid money to contract with this company that allows us to do it. And it can be used, this free resort stay could be used in one of something like 1,800 different resorts and hotels around the world, something like 37 different countries globally, up to 7 nights. So some of the offers are for like 3 nights or 4 nights, but there are also options for 7 nights. You could go away for a week or a long weekend. It can't be in the same town where you are, so it needs to be in a different town. It could still be close to where you are though. And just to be clear, we're not going to start covering your travel expenses. We can't do that, but we can give you this free resort stay, which is pretty awesome. You can see that, look closely at the screenshot and you'll see the dates on there, but even in like the last week or so, we've had people claiming new resort stays from us, and I've been giving them the vouchers. So Cairns in Queensland, Orlando, Florida, Bali, Denver, Colorado, Orlando, Perth, Western Australia, Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia, Dubai. This is real. We've had something like I think it's 469. It's above 400 anyway. I think it's 469 people who have actually claimed this voucher from us over the past year or so. So this is all real and it works. Mallorca in Spain, Cape Town, South Africa. The list goes on and on and on. It's really cool. You could stay in the USA somewhere. There are destinations all over the place. Hawaii. Maybe you want to go to the UK, go to Scotland, check out Glasgow, Edinburgh, go to London. Australia. Come down to New Zealand. Have a look at New Zealand. Lots of amazing places to visit. Or Canada. Asia. Did my honeymoon with my wife in Asia a long time ago now, but Southeast Asia is amazing. We were actually at Koh Samui at a beach that looks very similar to the one that you can see there. Or Europe. God, so many amazing things to see in Europe, and the list goes on and on and on. Anyway, that's how it works, and we can give this to you. Again, there could be surcharges or taxes included, but the actual staying in the room and the resort is sort of covered by this. It's not free for us to contract with this company that makes it all happen. We actually pay to be able to do it. So we are going a little bit out of pocket here to make this available, but it's real deal, actually works. So final run through and we will wrap up. Incredible results. You've seen these, I've shared results with you. The sky is the limit here. Scale it to the moon. I mean, chase your dreams with this. Just chase your dreams. An average of $9,342 in weekly sales. That was from our head coach, who's going to be delivering the training with me on the inside. So again, I think this speaks to the caliber of who you're going to be learning from. Recent sales in there. I mean, this is incredible. And it starts with launching a simple shop. Needs to be done the right way. If it's not done the right way, it's not going to get the same kind of results. Identify products to sell. We're going to show you how to do that. You're going to leverage the technology to be able to do it. Generate targeted visitors. We're going to give you the path of least resistance, the traffic secrets, and allow you to get going. And convert your visitors into buyers using a number of different strategies. We've also got the velocity pages, which I've mentioned a few times here today. They are a great advanced scaling strategy that we're going to be sharing with you. But the 4 steps are simple. Simple shop, the right products, visitors, and turn visitors into buyers. But to be able to do this, you need to make sure that each one of these things is done in just the right way. Otherwise, you'll get sort of mediocre results at best. And then we can continue scaling. And I've mentioned the velocity pages and how they work. You could have hundreds of different products in one single shop. So again, we really are trying to give you absolutely everything that you could possibly need here to be able to get going. Okay, so now is the time to take the leap of faith. The timer is going to count down in 4 minutes, and when it finishes, we will wrap up the workshop. I'll wait for that timer to finish, and then I'll do the different giveaways that I've got here for you. In the meantime, though, again, just to reiterate, you've got a 100% 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can get into this with complete peace of mind. We would love to have you with us. We do start on Friday, okay? So you need to get in right now. Time is of the essence. Get started here today. I'll leave this slide here up just while I take a couple of questions in the next 3 minutes and 55 seconds, and then I will go over to do our gift and all that stuff. So question, let's see. Any final questions here, guys? Just type them in the question box, and if you have decided to get in, remember to let us know with I'm in a circle and what your email is, so that we can add you to the inner circle group, which is not going to be available by default. It's not going to be mentioned inside Omega project. It's something different that we're doing here. How do I make money using the system? So I tried to sort of sum it up there, but what we're doing is we're selling high demand products. We identify these products using the software, Vulcan, which is incredible. And you get those products in your shop, and then you get traffic coming to those pages. Again, these are products that we have identified as being top selling products, okay? And when I say identified, I mean it's backed up by data. We know the margins. It's hard for me to give you a specific margin of what you should expect, but the margins are something that you can dictate when you're looking at the products that you're selling, because you'll see that one thing it might sell for $100 and you can buy it for $50. So we've got a whole formula about how you can use that to make sure you're maximizing and boosting margins as much as possible. You sell products and you make profit. Let's see if there's any other questions come in. You don't actually need to worry about hosting because Shopify can take care of that. But good question there, Mike. Sorry if I caused any confusion around that. So Shopify will be taking care of your hosting. At what point do we reach out if we don't get confirmation about the inner circle? So give us until the end of the first week of February, okay? Conversion rates are higher than usual. Why? So, an industry standard that I've sort of defaulted to over the years is like 1%. I know for a fact that, our head coach, he got upwards of 4% over the course of an entire year. This is based on hundreds of thousands of dollars. And why is the conversion rates tend to be higher than the 1%? I'll tell you why. First, because of the way the shop is set up. So we're setting up a shop in a way that absolutely works, the best possible sort of shop setup that we know of. So it's all structured the right way. It's got all the bells and whistles working for you. The second thing is we're choosing products that are high demand products. So in the past, I would say we've fallen into a trap of just selling any kind of a product. And if you're selling any kind of a product without data, then there's always a chance that it might not work, as effectively. But now we're able to actually get that data, which we suck in, and not just sales volume data, but trending data, and much, much more, even like review data. So we know if a product is showing signs of and is actually a best-selling product over time. So we are choosing the best products to get going with. And then with regards to the traffic helps as well, because if someone is searching for a dog collar and we give them a dog collar, then what do you think is going to happen? There's going to be more chance that, a lot more chance that they're actually going to buy what they're searching for, because they're searching for it, they want it, they're further along that buying cycle. But if it's an interrupt, like advertisement, like Facebook or something like that, then there's less, you're going to have much lower conversion. So everything that we're doing is congruent with boosting conversion rates, and then we've got the conversion boosters as well. Okay, all right, so I think you guys have waited so patiently. I'm going to give you the extra special things that I've mentioned here. One final time, you can see the link that you can go to get set up there. Really simple to get in. Just go to the link, follow the instructions. You could be in 60 seconds. And let me just stop here for a moment. Okay, reorganized my screens there. So right now, we are going to do the $500 cash giveaway. Oh, and looks like my webcam actually turned off there. So if I can turn that back on. Okay, now we should be, okay, now things are working again. So $500 cash giveaway, what we're going to do is we have randomly selected someone that we are going to put in the chat box. This is based on all of the different questions and comments and things that we've had here today. So Steve, if you go ahead and just put someone's email in there in an encrypted fashion, or name/email, the way that we always do it in the chat box, we'll make sure that someone here is going to take $500 in cash. So we will get that done in the next few moments here. So let me know if you're able to do that, Steve. And I think he's busy finding someone there. Let's see.
Yep, 1 second, I'm on it.
He's on it. Okay. So I thought we might have lost him for a minute, but he's busy finding someone. So we are going to announce the $500 cash winner in a moment. It's going to go in the chat box there, so you will see that, and you'll be able to reach out to us to get the $500 cash. And then after this, I'm going to do the gift that is for everyone. So good luck. We are just getting the person in there that we are going to do $500 cash. And
I am embarrassed to say I'm trying to find the email addresses and I cannot find them. I apologize. Sorry, I was in the middle of answering a question and
caught you off guard.
I'm trying to figure out where the stupid email addresses are.
So normally you can right click on it.
Yeah, I tried that. Doesn't.
If you click the down box, it says copy email address to clipboard.
Okay, hold on. You know, it might be
otherwise I can do it here, Steve, if you don't see that.
Yeah, I don't have that option. Something is incorrect here.
Here we go. Okay.
Sorry about that, Ed.
No worries. I can do that. So just bear with me for a moment here, guys, while
people are putting their email addresses in.
Yeah, I bet they are. I would too.
Sorry,
okay.
guys.
I have found the winner, and what I've done is I have found someone who was very active throughout here, and paying attention and all of that. And I am going to now put this in the chat. So congratulations, $500 goes to this person here. So congratulations to that $500 winner. You can reach out to us, or of course we will be able to reach out to you as well, and we will give you that $500 in cash. So finally here today, guys, this is where you can go to get the special gift that I have been mentioning. It's a free download. You can go ahead and download that now, and 50 secret supercell products. So really, really valuable, and you'll be able to use this to spur on more ideas, and there's a little bit more information in there about the Omega project as well. So go ahead and download that. You can see the link on the screen, and you can see how you can go ahead and get started. So Just before I close up, any final questions, comments? Looks like we're pretty good. So thanks very much, guys. Thanks for being here. I cannot wait to work with you and just continue to be part of your journey here as you push on. Don't delay that. This is really shutting, very soon. I mentioned the first training, live training starts imminently. You need to be there for that, and I think it's just so much upside to this opportunity, but we can only help you if you are actually in. Has anyone here decided that they are going to get in, but they are not in just yet? If you could just let me know in the question box, and let's actually do this. So I'm going to pull up a different screen here because I did see a few comments about this earlier. I want to make sure that you don't miss out on the inner circle. So let me just pull this up. I'll show you what we could do here. But again, I'll only be able to do this if you actually let me know that you are getting in, and then you actually follow through and actually do this, okay? Because this is real deal limited right here, okay? So if you have just let me know that you are getting in, I need you to let me know that you are getting in. You're not in yet, but you are going to get in. Then when you do get in, make sure you send us an email to support@omegaproject.com and ask for Inner Circle. That way I will at least know that you were on this workshop, because otherwise you wouldn't have had a way of knowing about this. So Lynn, Jody, okay guys, so and if I haven't called out your name, don't worry, I can see typing in there, and send us an email. And the other thing that we're going to do is also be downloading the chat log. That's the main reason why we wanted everyone to use the chat box. But if you haven't been able to use the chat box, let us know, or you haven't quite finished yet, please let us know once you do get that done, and we'll add you to the Inner Circle there as well. Again, this is so Al Smith also is going to get in. Do it as fast as you can, guys. Please do it as fast as you can, and remember to send us an email. And if you've got any other questions, things that are stopping you getting in, if there's something else you need to know, you can also contact us at support@omegaproject.com. But please, the best thing that you could do is actually get in, because you do have the ability to change your mind within 30 days. We're not going to make it difficult or put any roadblocks in the way to be able to enable you to get your money back. Okay, so just get in while you still can. So with that said, guys, I am wrapping this up now. Thank you so much for tuning in here today. Been a pleasure to be able to present this to you, and all the best with everything that you are pushing on with in the year ahead. And I hope that you're going to be on this journey with me, so I can be more involved and help you every step of the way, and you can use the tools and everything else. So thanks very much, guys. This is a wrap. Bye for now.